Hello and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Beast engine. We've got a couple of different decks we want to try out. And basically, we're going to be just seeing how it works. Because since we've had the new Forbidden/Limited list revealed, we now know that the Aqua engine is going to be taking a hit. Now, we don't know if just Seahorse down to 2 is going to completely murder that. But we have been seeing the Beast engine kind of come into its own a little bit. And we did see the #1 placed deck during the GR Festival playing the Pakupakuchu Beast engine. So what we thought we'd do is we'd start off by just playing that exact list. Now, this list looks pretty solid. Obviously, this did perform the best during the GR Festival. That's not necessarily indicative this is now the best deck. And thank you for the follow. Ooh, how do we pronounce that? Albiesco? I probably butchered the heck out of that. But what we knew going in was Ancient Arise Dragon and Dragius work very well together. We were already playing both of these together in kind of a Red Eyes build. Now, that deck was a bit of an experiment, but Ancient Arise Dragon is just a fantastic boss monster in general. I think the closest thing to describe it to is probably Seven's Road Magician. Seven's Road obviously can go up to 3,900, but does have the drawbacks of only being 2,100 during your opponent's turn, and you need to stuff all the different attributes into your deck. Just call me Albi or Ace, whichever is easier to say. I mean, they're both great. Albi and Ace are both just fantastic names. Better than whatever the hell I called you. But Ancient Arise is really, really cool because it attacks at 3,000. Now, again, Seven's Road goes up to 39. But if you only have 3 attributes in the graveyard, Seven's Road caps out at 3,000 anyway, so the main benefit Ancient Rise has is 2,400 attack during your opponent's turn. Means it is really good when played with the Barrier, because the Barrier is really bad with a 2,100 attacker, because then we crash with 25s, but 24 can crash with 28s, and beats anything lower than 28, which is fantastic. Hey Loz, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thanks again for the sub that you gave us last time. Really do appreciate it. It was kind of right at the end and we were wrapping up, so I don't know if I thanked you properly. But the main difference between this deck and the Red Eyes deck is obviously we're playing 1 Prima. Prima is obviously a really good card. It can boost Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius and then attack twice. And the other big thing is Summon Skullers in here instead of Red Eyes, which is a good and a bad thing. 1 Tribute 25 is obviously really good, but then we lose the Red Eyes skill. And then the big thing that actually surprised me is Hammer Crush Deal as the skill. Being able to just get an extra draw and use the Hammer Crush is actually really, really good. So we'll see how this goes. This is basically the new like good stuff pile deck. So we'll have to see how it actually performs. I think I am getting sick again. Oh no, Lars. Don't be sick. I only just got over being sick myself. However, I have made headway on Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Finished the first season. Nice. I'm trying to think where the first season ends. That's before the Dark Signers? Is that where he plays against the guy who has... He's in the giant bike. I can't remember what his name is at all, but he has the like the bomber cards. Time for some comfy rushing. Hey, Harrier. Hammer Crush Deal is actually kind of insane now. Yeah, it really is. We were playing Hammer Crush Deal like day 1. Oh, thank you so much for the sub, Grand Harrier. Really do appreciate it. I'll tell you what, we gotta give my man the shout out. Always gotta give the shout out to Grand Harrier. Fantastic guy. Does fantastic streams where he either just grinds ladder himself or runs both speed and rush duel tournaments. Definitely.
Grand Harrier just subscribed for 2 months.
Let's let that finish up. Yeah, definitely one of the pillars of the speed duel community. And I believe you also work with the DLM tournaments as well, don't you? The DLM weeklies? It's the Earth... Oh, it's Earthbound Season 1. Ah, I thought that was Season 2. At least according to Prime. So Dark Signers are all done with. Yeah, Dark Signers, I fell off a little bit during the Dark Signers. I got back in. But I remember there was an episode where Carly, is that what her name is? The one with the glasses, gets like blasted out of a window. And I was like, this is getting a bit funky now. And then she like comes back and I don't think they ever like clarify if she's like dead or not dead. And they just kind of roll with it. Correct, yeah, I thought that was the case. Oh god, yeah. But yeah, we've had, obviously, the new limit restricted list shown for Rush, which is really, really interesting. Had some very big changes, so hopefully we'll be seeing less resonance. I've seen that some people have already started building their decks without, I guess, abiding to the new list. So we'll see if we run into anyone doing that. Fun fact, guys, subs are cheaper for a limited time. Might be worth taking advantage of that this stream. Also, new emote. We've had the draggiest one for a little while now. I think we got that one when we did the Mimi and the Roa emotes. The problem is that I am basically completely inept when it comes to doing anything artistic. So I basically just have whatever I've got. That's why most of them is just my face. So I'm just like, I'm not very good at editing like images. I'm not a Photoshop pro. I'm not a big artist. We thought Hammer Crush deal day one was going to be good, but it wasn't because the only trap card that was playable was Meh. So the way that people were playing Hammer Crush deal day one was just play a 29 card deck. Get through your deck a little bit faster. But I think very quickly people realized that in like the good stuff pile decks, being able to search out Summon Skull is a little bit better. And then a little bit later on, people were also like, well, life point gain is okay. Gaining 1,000 life points isn't terrible in such a simplified format. So that also rose to popularity, and then Hammer Crush Deal kind of fell by the wayside. But a lot of the time, people weren't even playing Hammer Crush Deal for Hammer Crush. It was just, I just want to play a 29 card deck. So when I draw out my Hammer Crush, it's just going to get set and I'm going to replace it with another card. Now we actually don't have to deal with Slayer Nuke our trap cards as often anymore. It will actually be really useful. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that the main reason Hammer Crush Deal outperforms Ghost Cyclone is because it doesn't have any other restrictions. You just have to discard a card. Now, discarding a card isn't very good, but with Hammer Crush Deal, that mitigates that cost. So it works out being pretty good. The other thing is that Ghost Cyclone is still better if it works, right? If you have no monsters, or if you guarantee you're going to have no monsters, and especially if you have 3 or less monsters in your graveyard, Cyclone becomes completely bonkers, which is, again, why it was more of a side deck card and people playing it in either decks that can empty their graveyard a ton, or just when they know they're going to go second. But obviously you can't do that in Duel Links, so it gets a bit shaky. I love the way they kept saying, nothing can stop the Immortals. Someone has to lose, but we had numerous duels. In weird way, building collapses, a Yusei's bike crashing. That is exactly what happened in Waking the Dragons in DM as well, where it's like, the Seal of Orichalcos must take a soul. And then they're like, we could just draw, though. We could just interrupt the duel with a magic ring. We could just force both players to lose at the same time. Also, the big duel, I found it hilarious how Jack betrays the group and is manipulated for literally one move, and then is like, never again will I turn on my friends. I mean, yeah, that's very Yu-Gi-Oh! Though. We gotta love the melodrama. Ghost Cyclone is only really good in best of 3 tournaments with siding because you can control who goes first or second. It is, but there are... So, what you're saying there is that Ghost Cyclone becomes a lot better in those situations, but in those same games, if you don't open Ghost Cyclone in your opening hand, it still creates the same problem, right? Where now I've got to get my field empty, now I've got to get my graveyard empty. The only deck that really, I think you would run it in the main deck 100% of the time is Sea Serpents in Go Rush era, and that's because Sea Serpents are very adept at completely emptying their graveyard, so it's just always live, right? Your monsters are going to get killed eventually, and you're going to keep your graveyard empty. Therefore, you will always be able to benefit off of it, and getting a free pop as well as a draw is really, really good. I love Jack Atlas. If him and Carly don't become a thing, I will be pissed. Well, you know, you have to watch and find out, Loz. There's definitely times it can work, but there are a lot more chances that it just won't do anything. Yeah, I mean, that is the problem, right? Because what we did find as well at some points in Modern is that you will just actively leave your opponent with a monster to prevent them from getting effects off that require them to have no monsters out, such as Ghost Cyclone. So when we do get to that era, it does become a lot more like, oh, I'll just not clear your whole board. And because of that, you can also play around things like Mirror Force, and you can play around things like... Which one did we have? It's not Drowning. It's not the Burning one. We have one of the Mirror Forces that isn't Mirror Force, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. It's the one where, like, if it's all 3, you have to have 3 attack position monsters, and then you can destroy the attack position monsters. But yeah, we have that one. And when we get rid of that, or when that comes out, again, people play around that. That's not wanting to kill them. And because of that, things like Dragius become a little bit less popular. And instead, people start focusing on a lot of piercing damage, because it's like, well, I want to kill only 2 of your monsters, and I still want to get to your life points, so piercing is the best way to do that. Duel Links doesn't let you choose first or second most events. Currently, there are no sides, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. It's a funky situation, right? Where, obviously in Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, just in like Master Rule or in Speed, we do have going first and going second cards, but Duel Links is kind of irrelevant. You've always got to kind of play for the best of one as well, which is where it gets very interesting, because now we have to play a bit more like the OCG, where in a lot of OCG and a lot of different Japanese card games in general, not just Yu-Gi-Oh!, they play best of one. So because of that, it's like you have to main deck your side deck cards a lot of the time. You've got to try and make your main deck as robust as possible to deal with as many threats. Which is the next anime series after 5D's? Zexal, yes. Or Zale, as the hardcore anime fans would say. Or the hardcore, I should say, Japanese show. People that watch the sub. Ghost Cyclone can definitely be really good later, but right now, it's meh. I mean, yeah. I think Ghost Cyclone is, like, okay at 1 copy in some decks that don't need the back row. But outside of that, yeah, I'm pretty much in agreement. I don't think Ghost Cyclone is it yet. Thank you, is that any good? And is that the Pendulum one? Yeah, so Pendulums is after Zexal. This is the XYZ one, or XYZ, which is the black cards where you overlay to XYZ summon out rank monsters. Yeah, I really tried to like Zexal. I watched, I think, the first 3 or 4 episodes and really fell off of it because the main character is insufferable, right? I really did not like Yuma. I really did not like Yuma's deck. I really did not like the gimmick of Astral. I didn't like any of that, really. So I basically dipped on Zexal, and I jumped back in at Arc V. Loved Arc V, especially the beginning. Like, the beginning arc of Arc V is fantastic. Then, because in Arc V, some of the Zexal characters were in that, I would then went back and watched some of Zexal to, like, get me some context for some of those Arc V characters, and I really, really liked it. Early Zexal is hard to watch. Oh god, is this the one with the little robot thing following him? Little robot thing? I think that's Sevens. Is the only one I can think of with a little robot thing? Mind you, there is a little robot in Zexal. I just don't remember it very much. Because, like I said, I haven't watched all of Zexal. I've watched bits and pieces of Zexal. I basically went back and watched, like, all the Kite games. And, like, tried to get some of, like, the, what's the guy who plays Gimmick Puppets? Because he was kind of cool. But he's, like, completely mad. But yeah, I watched some of that. But it gets good later. The Trash Can Robot. Maybe it's an alien. I don't know. Something that talks to the main king. Quattro. Yeah, Quattro, the Gimmick Puppet guy. Yeah, he was very fun to watch. Very charismatic. Yeah, so in Zexal, the, like, he has, like, it's almost like an alien ghost in his necklace. Like, there is probably a much better description than that I'm giving you. But, yeah, from episode 1, I was like, okay, they haven't explained this very well. So he's got, like, an alien that's a ghost. It's like a spirit in his necklace. Arc V, older versions of characters from GX, 5D's Zexal, on a completely different timeline. Arc V, the one thing that I really think was annoying, right, was we had Asuka, or Alexis, and I don't think she duels a single time, so we didn't get to see any, like, modern support for, like, Cyber Rangers or anything. And they didn't bring back Zane, who also, like, Cyber Dragons have such a wide variety of modern support, we just didn't get to see. It would have been awesome if Zane showed up and just, like, summons out, like, what, Cyber Dragon Infinity. That would have been amazing for that show, but they just completely dropped the ball on that. Maybe the top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Character in general. Yeah, Kite is, like, you watch Kite and you want him to do well, right? His entire character is really good. His design looks a little bit silly, but it really grows on you when you get to, like, know him. And also his deck, especially in Arc V, where he has the Cypher Dragon is so cool. Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon, and just how like they introduce him in a 2v1, and he's just like, yeah, I'm a badass. I'm gonna summon out my boss monster immediately and just completely dumpster everyone. Jack Atlas is the #1 for me so far, followed by Mai. Jack Atlas he's a little bit up himself, but I guess that's kind of part of his character. He's like, what if Kaiba was even more up himself than Kaiba? I don't even know if that's the correct statement. Kaiba, I think, comes across as very cool. Like, oh, I'm a wealthy billionaire, but I'm also a badass, and I'm going to do everything. And Jack Atlas is more like, I am the king! Nobody can defeat me! And also, his English dub really does not make him cool. Unfortunately, that like Australian accent they gave him does not work for the cool factor. The best character introduction has got to be Shun/Shay in Arc V when he 3v1s with Rise Falcons. That is pretty cool. And then he also in the Fortune Cup or the Friendship Cup or something, he duels against Sora, and we get to see like Sora go full beast mode, and we get to see Shun obviously in full rage mode as he's trying to like avenge, and it's such a good duel. Just the Fluffles versus Raid Raptor match is such a good game. Yuma is like Yuga, but instead of being smart, he's just dumb. Yeah, I think that pretty much works out. I think I pretty much agree with that. Jack at least is Kaiba, but doesn't have any money. He's a character who got from nothing to become a king. Yeah, I mean, he didn't get there in the best way, right? He did steal Stardust Dragon to get there, so... I love the accent. It's so weird and odd that he's the only one who has it. That's the other thing. In the Japanese, his accent is so, like... It's so deep and so, like, serious. And also because they had to change the name of his boss monster. So, in the English, he's like, all right, let's go. I summon Red Dragon Archfiend. And then in the Japanese, it's like, Yogo, Synchro Summon Red Demon's Dragon. And it's just like, oh, come on. It's so good. It's so good. Red Demon's Dragon as well is such a cool name. But obviously they had to censor it because of we're not allowed demons in our card games. You're right about the arrogance. Mai is similar, which is probably why I like them both so much. Mai is a really cool character. I think Mai gets a bit shafted, which is a little bit of a shame. She gets a little bit of development, I guess, during the Waking the Dragons filler arc. But even there, she just becomes a bit of a cartoon villain. I don't know. I wish they'd done more with Mai, because especially... Mai comes across as, like, one of the better duelists, and then, like, loses almost all the time, which is such a shame. Remember when this was a Duel Links stream? There's Duel Links on the screen. You can see it, it's there. Look at that. There's a Hammer Crush. Hey, Jack has a throne on an empty stage in an empty theater in poor part of town. I mean, yeah. Jack, I mean, I think all of the main cast from 5Ds is pretty good. Like, I think maybe... Who is it? What are the two kids called? It's not Luke, is it? It's Lua? Loa? Roa? God, I've completely forgot what their names are. But I think the two kids are the weakest. But obviously they're still pretty good. Crow is obviously a great character. Yusei is a great character. Luna and Leo, right? Is it Leo? And Annoying Brother. Annoying Brother, right? Which we're gonna... Yeah, Rua Roa. That's why, because I watched it in... Japanese originally. I was watching it when it first came out. Phoenix Right Bops. Hey, Josh. Hope you're enjoying the music. Trudge is cool too. Trudge is one of those characters. He's like, I don't know if anyone here has ever played Final Fantasy IX, but Trudge is Steiner, right? He is a bumbling buffoon that everyone loves, right? He's like borderline incompetent, but like really passionate about what he does. And it's just so good. It's so good. Alright, I think though we will hop into some games. We're going to try out this this list that we've got. That is a great comparison. His music in Duel Links is a banger. I think, to be fair, pretty much all of the Duel Links soundtracks are so good. Like, it's hard to think of a bad one. Like, we can say things like, it's a shame like Roa didn't get his own music and stuff. Because, again, it would have been a banger. But I think the actual music that does exist in the game is all fantastic. Trudge's is especially good, though. I'll have to listen to it at some point. I must have unlocked Trudge, right? I'm sure I have Trudge. Ooh, okay, so we're going to be dropping a Dragius here. Question is, what do we want to leave alongside Dragius? Probably just a speedy performer in defense. Because we are not leaving 2 tribute monsters in hand. That's a bad time. Right, we'll set this, and then we'll pass. What did we get there? Something happened. Choose my game mat. Okay, after this game, we will go for the choose my game mat from Loz. I don't even remember who chose these game mat. This game mat and this slave. It might have been Dragson? I can't remember. It was someone. It was a while ago. Let's go with something you think is relevant to your deck. Yeah. Probably gonna be just the Dragius mat then. Yeah, there you go. Dragson chose them. We've had these for quite a while. Okay, so we did force a speedy performer in attack mode. We do lose 800 life. Depending on what his back row is, this could get a little bit. Choose my sleeves. Alright. We'll have the war of choosing. So we'll set the Hammer Crush. We'll draw a card. Now, we can go ahead and summon Pakupakuchu. His effect isn't live, which is a bit of a shame. But I could, if I want to, discard another beast, take Dragius back. How many cards does that give me? 1, 2, 3. That'd only give me 3 monsters to work with, so that doesn't actually work out how I want to. If we use this, we can pop one of his back row and still get a beast back. I guess we'll do that. We'll use the Hammer Crush, discard the All-Seeing White Tiger, we'll get rid of this. We'll then activate our Pakupakuchu, pop this to the bottom, take this back to hand. And I guess we summon. We will just tribute 2. Summon out the Sork, set the back row, activate the Ancient Arise, go to battle, clear this, and then we're just going to clear out the Speedy Performer. Then we'll pass. Hey Tomato, Yugo's soundtrack is one of the best out of all so far. I don't know if I've listened to Yugo's soundtrack, you know, Max. I'll have to have a listen at some point. I have to just like go through all of the different soundtracks at some point. I choose and oh, saw that. Go with something that is Christmassy. Oh boy, we're gonna have to see what we've got for some Christmas events. Let's go with Luke from 7. Okay, Luke from 7. I want to be more creative than just Dragius. I can respect that. Arc V in general had the most amazing soundtracks. I mean, I'm always going to be biased towards Arc V because, you know, Arc V is one of my favorite series. Alright, we are losing the life point war right now, but we also only have... Oh, we have 2 Beasts Engraved, so we are fine to use Pakupaku. We'll drop Pakupaku, activate the effect. We will put Pakupaku back. Add this to hand. Then, we're going to activate Reincarnation. I think here we're going to discard the All-Seeing White Tiger and take back the Dragius. And the reason we're discarding that instead of one of our traps is that if we have 2 traps, it becomes a lot harder for our opponent to pop both of them. So we'll probably have one of them protecting our Dragius. And we still get out 2 monsters. Well, there goes our other Dragius. So swing, swing. Get in for 15. Pass the turn. Oh, we've got some GTA music now. Arc V in general, the most amazing soundtracks. The second being Vrains and then 5Ds. Zexal also has some really appreciated gems as well. Kite's theme goes insanely well with this deck. Galaxy Photon, which is one of my first decks I ever cogged with when Photons first got released. I don't know what Galaxy looks like in Duel Links. Alright, well this is exactly what we wanted, right? Unless he has a second Hammer Crush, in which case the number of resources he's got is going to be really low. Are we just in a straight mirror? Like, is that what... I think this is literally a mirror match. It's awful right now, sadly. I mean, you know, all they need to do is find a really cool skill. Alright. Okay. So how do we want to play this? I guess we play around widespread and just try and kill with him, right? Actually, it doesn't matter, right? Because even if he has widespread, we still just kill. So, we'll summon out Performer, activate the effect, boost this. We'll then tribute for Summon Skull, summon out this, set this, activate the effect, go to battle. Oh, actually, this was a bit of a misplay. If we had boosted Masaki, we could have actually won this turn. But we're still fine. We've got two really good back row face down. It's awful right now, sadly, but it was hardcore meta like a year ago. Without Photon Lord, it's no good. It was busted good. Yeah, since we're eventually getting Mizar? Soon, I'm hoping we get Photon Lord back. I think he will be the January unlock. So, we should have quite a lot coming in January, right? I've heard murmurs of a new Rush box coming out in January. And then obviously we've got new character will presumably be coming out soon-ish. I still think it's a little bit early for Nail to come out personally, but... Well, here's some Devil May Cry. And here's our Widespread Ruin. And here's a The Barrier. And that should just be game. This song, though, goes so hard. Yeah, since we're eventually getting... Oh, we read that. I'm expecting we get both a Rush main box and Speed main box to come at the same time. Ooh. That would be spicy. Is this your playlist? You got great taste. So this is... I didn't make this playlist, but this is a playlist I listen to regularly. Anniversary is usually that big a moment of hype. Yeah, I am very much looking forward to that then. Speed is looking like it will get a deck building box. Ah, that's a shame. Because that's primarily like reprints, right? Like maybe a handful of new cards. Yeah, but new stuff. Okay. The deck build box is only for decks that get an archive skills, though. Like, oh, so it'll be things like Shadow, the Constellas, because they're getting archive skills, right? Constella, Mayakashi, Evil Swarm, they'll get their own skills. Whoa, whoa, isn't it L Swarm? You know, so they Steel Swarms, they could get a good skill. I would love it if Steel Swarms actually do become meta. That would be so good. Are we against a mirror again? We didn't see this deck at all before, and now everyone is on it. This is quite funny. Also, what the heck is this hand? Right, time to Hammer Crush deal. Hopefully we can draw something playable. That does it. So we'll go for the Hammer Crush. I think we have to ditch the Dragius here. Then we summon. Activate the effect of Silver Wolf to weaken the Dragius. Milled another high-level monster. Use the effect of Dragius. It's an Elswarm skill. They are only missing like 2 cards, the Xyz Floodgate and the Link 2. But it's not necessarily about the the cards they're missing so much as it could be about getting a really busted skill. I mean, I think everyone knew that Blackluster Soldier was never going to really make a huge impact, but then they got such a busted skill that it made them crazy, right? So if they get some absolutely ridiculous skill, they could still just, like, pop off. Well, we have to do what we can do here. There's no reason to use the effect unless we just want a free mill, and we don't really need a mill. So I think we are just going to tribute this out. We do, however, want to use his effect because we want to clear the whole board. The Xyz floodgate, the 2 megas. My Akashi, I'm looking for. I don't actually know what my Akashi is off the top of my head. Let me have a quick Google. Because it's rare that there's an archetype I don't know about. Because I like to play like a lot of Unlimited and I've like progressed through. Okay, so they're kind of deck build pack hidden summoners. Maybe that's why I haven't seen them, because I don't think we opened this pack. Based on yokai from Japanese, Chinese folklore. With no idea what the actual deck does, though. They are Villains of Shiranui. It's a synchro climb deck plus links. They ladder up and down. Down is interesting. Laddering down is pretty cool. Thanks for the follow, Rana Creed. Really appreciate it. Yeah, you defeat one and they go to the next one. Okay, okay. So they're like floating, I'm assuming. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, he is attacked in the wrong order there. In which case, kind of want Dragius back in the deck. A really fun deck. What is the best mini box now? Don't know if I'm the right person to ask that to be honest. No cap. The skill lets you skip the ladder climb part since it's tedious, Lamel. Nice. Thanks for the follow, Neo Blue Eyes. How are we approaching this? We have multiple plays we can make. We have to go into that. If he has... He can stop our push if he has... Thingy. I think no matter what, we Pakupakuchu here. Because we always have to try and contest this. So we'll pop this to the bottom. We'll grab back the All-Seeing White Tiger. Now... the issue is, we do not have enough cards to summon out 2 boss monsters. Because we've got the... Oh, we do actually, because we have him. So, we will play around as much as we can here. And we're going to take back Summon Skull. We're then going to Tribute Summon out the Summon Skull. Then we'll summon. We will Tribute to summon out our Clear Ice. Not Clear Ice, Ancient Arise. Ancient Arise effect. Now, we'll swing him. Okay, he doesn't have anything interesting. And then we'll pass on that. Still the Tenyi box, in my opinion. I mean, Tenyis are fantastic, right? If I recall, Tenyis won the tournament yesterday against Speedroids. So, definitely a fantastic deck there. Ancient Warriors probably, although it's a new deck, the deck itself is really strong. Not Ancient Warriors is performing poorly. Yeah, I mean, Ancient Warriors is a bit of a weird deck in general, right? Yeah, Tenyi is still the best deck to invest on. I think the only issue with Tenyi is if it's doing so well and it's so... The cards in general are really, really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got a hit at some point. Now, obviously, we've just had a limit restriction list, so they won't get hit for a while, you would expect. Yeah, Tenny versus Speedroid. Yeah, the actual deck I was hoping was going to win was Madolche. I've always been a big Madolche fan, so I was hoping that they were going to win. I didn't wait into this latest mini box because I'm saving up for New Year's Speed Box, so hoping something good. Yeah, Tenny versus Speedroid, Rose Dragon, Tenny, Tenny. What won Grand Prix yesterday? It was the Tenny, I see. Also, hi, I see. The hit to hurt Tenyi will need to be brutal to actually remove it. Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be a weird one. This is a little bit awkward. This hand is very awkward. Alright. We're going to Hammer Crush. We pitch. And we're going to pop this. Because this stayed in the back row last time and wasn't used. So we were assuming it wasn't anything. Now, it still could be something and he toggled off, but we're going to find out now. Swing in. Okay, we managed to clear the whole board, which is pretty good. Also, what is going on today? We've played 2 games, and they've both been mirrors into this exact deck. It's like everyone is testing out this deck that was used by... Oh, what was the guy's name? I should probably find it, since, again, this is not our original creation. This deck is not my OC, so you can steal. This is a deck made... Oh, I cannot. That is Japanese characters. Ryron? We're going to go with Ryron. This is Ryron's deck. Hits Tenny over Speedroid. You playing in Grand Rush tourney this Sunday. I should be. My plan is to play in it, unless something comes up and I won't be able to. But at the moment, the plan is to play in the Rush tournament. Well, there goes both my boys. This is a pretty good hand. So, if he's on this exact list, then his back row is a nothing. Because he's gone through all of his traps. We'll summon out Paku. We'll summon out Silverwolf. We'll activate Silverwolf. We'll weaken this. I don't think it's worth going Prima here. So we are just going to Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon out Thunder the Thunder. Thunder effect. Discard the Prima. Weaken this again. Activate this, and then he should have nothing that can stop this now. This should just be game. He has a reaction, so he's not playing a 1-to-1 version of this deck. So he's got that extra in here at the very least. And then we will end it with the Summon Skull. It's so funny how it just seems like everyone in KoG is now playing the same list. It's also a weird one because this deck did come first place in the GR Festival, and that is the final skill we needed for O, which is really good. But I'm always hesitant to say just because a deck topped a KC Cup or it topped in a GR Festival that it's just automatically the best deck, because there's so many different factors, right? Like, a big part of these events is it's an endurance challenge. You've got to be able to just play and play and play and play and play. So, for example, this guy, Rayran, Ryron, could be just a fantastic player, and you put him on half a dozen different decks, he could have performed the same and got the same kind of result. And inversely, there could be someone who's also playing a different deck that could have made it, but they didn't get to play all weekend. So, I think it's a good representation of what are good decks, but I don't know if we could say, oh, this is just automatically the best deck now, which I know a lot of people are basically leaning into. They're like, no, this is just the best deck, it won the latest event. Do we want to just go aggressive? I guess we do. Because we can attempt to clear the whole board. And if he has a widespread, we got to get him to use it, right? Use the Dragius effect. There goes a Hammer Crush. Okay, no response here. So this could be Recital? No, it's not. Okay. So what does that tell me? That tells me it could be Phantom Bind, or it could be a spell card like Dragonic Pressure. It's interesting as well, because with the new limit restriction list, I've gotten 2 different types of people, right? It's either people that are like, why have they done this? They've killed my deck. I hate this. You know, just nerf the skill a little bit. You don't have to completely destroy my Resonance deck. And then people that are like, thank God they nerfed this. I'm so sick of Resonance. This deck needed to go. Like, it's so polarizing. Battle phase. Okay. Okay. So we can now play around everything. So summon, summon. Activate the effect. Weaken this. Activate the effect. Weaken this. We'll tribute 2. And this protects us from Widespread, because now Widespread will hit our Ancient Arise instead of our Dragius. Summon. Set. Activate Dragius effect. Go to battle. Just take a swing. Then we'll swing with this. Has he got nothing? Has he just got nothing? Bro. Oof. Oof. Lol. Hey, it's the guy from 2 games ago. Yep. Hey, Neo Blue Eyes. Oh, were you the one we were against? I was not paying attention to the names. How are you liking the deck? Obviously, we found ourselves in a mirror. We found ourselves in 2 mirrors thus far. Yeah, there we go. Neo Blue. First game of the day. It was a very close one as well. But then again, I think if we're playing mirror matches most of the day, they're probably all going to be kind of close. Just started using it, yeah, exactly. That was my first game with that deck as well, so we were both in the same boat there. I think I got a little bit luckier, really. Oh, against Roa. We're on the 4-win streak now. What is this hand? Right, we need a normal summonable monster. Normal summonable monster. Okay, Paku, you have saved us. Right, summon Skull. Set 2. Pass. This works. You forgot to change the bat. Ah, you're exactly right, Loz. I think, wait, haven't we played like 2 games since that? We forgot to change the mat a lot. Do me a favor, someone remind me when this game's coming to a close. Ooh, is this gonna be, this has got to be Dragon Casters, right? Just straight up Dragon Casters? Unfortunately, we... Okay. What is this back row going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that's probably the safest play. Alright, we're going to summon this. We're going to Performer to boost this. We're going to summon this. We're going to Performer to boost this. We're going to go ahead and summon out Primo. And we're going to summon out Masaki. Activate Primo. Behold my Sevens Road Magician. Okay, yeah. We played around Widespread Road perfectly here because we can still clear both of his monsters with this. And then we pass. Yeah, I was on the phone, so I didn't realise. And sleeves. Yeah, Dragson. We'll make sure we get the sleeves and the mat after this. If I remember, the mat is something Christmassy. And the sleeves haven't been decided yet. That's a lot of high-level monsters. I mean, we know he hasn't got thingy anymore. So, I think we can just go all out. Just this once. I think we're gonna... We could use this to get back Summon Skull, but I don't think we need to. I think we will, however, use Primo to get the extra damage in, because it's funny. 1, 2. Alright, he's got Recital. That's fine. That means the back row's now gone. We're going to set 3 again. Is that the plan? The sleeves is Luke, and the mat relevant to your deck. Yeah, but then we said that was going to be Dragius, and then Loz decided he wanted something Christmassy instead. If I recall correctly. Genny, thanks for the follow. Ooh, big boost. He's going to play this correctly, which means he's going to swing here. We lose that. Now, is he gonna risk it? He is, which is the smart decision. He needs to do this. What do we want back in the deck? With this hand, I think we're just gonna put Pakupaku back in the deck. I really just need more tribute fodder. As much as I'd love to put another boss monster back in, our hand's looking a bit bricked up as is. Okay, well, activate our skill. We'll summon. Summon. We don't need to use this, but we will. Weaken that. Summon this. Now, this isn't lethal, right? That'd be what? 11 plus 28, which is 39. I could activate this, which would get me Dragius, Tribute 2, Slam over, Slam Direct, which is lethal. So yeah, we will be doing this. Dragius. Tribute 2. If we can click the card. Thanks for the follow, Duan. I'm going to assume that's how that's pronounced. Go to battle. Swinging the 23. Swinging for the 25. And that will be the game. Alright, sleeves and mat. Sleeves and mat. Sleeves and mat. Let's see what we've got. Alright. So for step 1, we'll do our sleeves. Just because I believe they'll be at the top. So, we wanted Luke on the sleeves, if I recall correctly. Which is going to have to be this, because I think it's the only Luke we have. Let's have a quick gander just to make sure. Yeah, he's not in any of the events. Ugh, not that one. Yeah, I think that's the only Luke we've got. So... And then for the mat, it was something Christmassy. Do we have any Christmas sleeves or Christmas mats? That is the question. I'm sure we've got something Christmassy somewhere. We must do. We absolutely must do. There's no way we don't have anything Christmassy. It might be in others, actually. That probably make more sense. It feels like it would be in the events. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Hates Christmas. This is like Halloween-y. Christmassy, Christmassy. If not, then I just saw some big head version of Kaiba and Yugi. Oh, you were like the chibi versions. Or this one. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess we don't celebrate Christmas. I guess it might be very, like, inclusive, right? Not everyone is a Christmaser, so... Alright, well... We'll save that in. That's going to be us for the time being. I remember in Vanguard 0, I had a ton of Christmas, like, sleeves and mats. And I think I got my wires crossed of, like, oh, well, I have a bunch of sleeves and mats. Therefore, I should have them in Duel Links. Alright. Let's go again. Now powered up with our Luke sleeves and our Chibi Yugi Kaiba mat. But yeah, very interesting game so far. We've had, what, 1 or 2 mirrors and 1 resonance. And then, what did we just play against? Was that another mirror? No, we played against Dragon Casters, I think we decided that was. Vanguard 0. Goodbye, Vanguard 0. Everything pre-G will be missed. Everything post-G, take it or leave it. Well, 2 big bosses. Not really what we want, but we have to get them out, because we can't end our turn with both in hand. Now, if this is Royal Rebels, we probably do just lose doing this. But if it's not Royal Rebels, this is the best possible play we could make. So, we'll have to wait and see. Hashtag bring back VG0. Right, I'm going back to Uniworks, so I should be lurking. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Loz. It's always a pleasure to have a chat. Get some... Oh, yeah. Yeah, get some Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime chat going on. Well, there goes my reincarnation. And you got a free draw off of it. What is he going to do? Set 3. Is that it? He has got 2 monsters. Okay, no boss monster. That suits us very well. Now the question is he going to have a widespread back there? We will take our free draw. That's very good. Do we even want to use it? We only have a 1 and 3 of hitting a widespread anyway. So I'm tempted to just not. And just keep our back row. Because having lots of back row is just generally really good. We'll activate Ancient Arise to protect us from widespread. We'll swing in with this first, because this plays around Recital. I reckon he's got 2 more Ghost Cyclones back there, you know? I guess we'll find out in a sec. Ghost Cyclone, Ghost Cyclone. That's going to be my prediction. He knew that that was Hammer Crush, so he went for that one deliberately. Very interesting that he did that. Because you know that's not the threat, which means you've got back row you want to protect. Okay, so we are against Rebels. I mean, I guess we should have known that from Shout. Okay, gets out the Growl, uses the Growl effect. I think here we will use Widespread. This is very strange. What are we... Takes that back. So he's going to summon... Tribute both to get that out. Pop that. In which case you could have just done this the other way around. But he is going to run straight into a widespread anyway. And there's the widespread. Now, is this going to be an immediate concede is the question. My gut says maybe. Oh, no, okay. So if he does... We know he doesn't have a widespread, so we're just kind of fine to do whatever, right? I think we will get out the... In case we don't win this turn, or like if some miracle happens, I just want to get the second Dragius out of the hand. Swing. So he should have something to weaken this, which is fine. Because his widespread's already gone. And then another thing to weaken this. Double Phantom Bind. Unfortunately, that does not do very much against this deck, my friend. Should probably save some of these replays in case we want to do a video about this later. So that was Royal Rebels. We'll save that one. This one was Dragon Casters. This one was Dragonic Resonance. And then we'll grab the Neo Blue one for the Mirror. And we'll leave it like that for now. We'll just go again. But yeah, with all the new changes coming in, it's going to be really exciting to see where the meta kind of lands. I still am really not sure about Seahorse Carrier. I'm super not sure about Seahorse Carrier. Like, just put it down to 2. Does that... Like, it makes the deck a little bit less consistent, but I would usually find that I would draw out the Seahorse Carrier before I'd get normals into the graveyard anyway. So, it should make that less likely to happen a little bit, I guess. But I guess the big question is, are we going to be completely replacing the Aqua package with the Beast package? Because the Beast package does give you Silverwolf, which is kind of nice. But we're against Bot on the Luke. Can we get a playable card? That is a playable card. Now, the only scary thing, if he does have Resonance, if he's playing Resonance and he gets that Slayer plus anything else, he completely just wrecks this board, which is so scary. Still here? Yeah? You still here, Max? Tributes for Summon Skull. Well, we do have the perfect out. Although any of our trap cards would have outed that. Right, let's go ahead and Hammer Crush deal. And we'll summon. Summon. Activate the effect. Weaken that. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the Prima. Summon out the Gazelle. Set. And that's the game. Aqua Engine still seems nice in my opinion, just smaller now. Yeah. Yeah, headed to gym. Well, I hope your gains are excellent, Max. Yeah, I think you are right, Duan. I think it's because of the versatility of that engine. I still think it's going to be popular. But the plus side of the Beast engine is, one, it's self-recurring, right? You can use Pakupaku to put another Pakupaku back in the deck. And Silverwolf is like a nice utility card to like weaken your opponent's monsters. And Silverwolf plus Gazelle have like decent attack. And I guess All Seeing White Tiger's attack is the same as Silverwolf's. So also decent, quote unquote. I suppose the main difference between the two is that the Beast package is a little bit bigger, right? It's kind of a 11 to 12 card like engine, whereas the Aqua Aggro stuff is now going to be around 8 cards. But if you're using Aqua Aggro plus Currybot, you're basically using an 11 card engine anyway. Well, it's 2 different engines, but you know what I mean. Set 3A. Under the Thunder. I mean, there's no, like, good way to do this. Like, there are fine ways to do this, but there's no, like, good way to do it. So, we'll go Silver Wolf, Speedy, activate Speedy, boost Silver Wolf, summon Tiger, Tribute 2, summon out the Dragius, summon out Thunder the Thunder, activate the Dragius, go to battle, swing. Okay. There's a high chance this kills. He's playing Aqua plus Beast. Jeez. So that means this guy has probably around a 9-card Aqua engine and around a 11-ish Beast engine in the deck. That's like 20 cards of the deck. Is it all just gas? Plus he's got back row. He must be playing a slimmed down Beast engine and maybe even a slimmed down Aqua package as well. Okay, this is fine. So he's going to summon out Heavy Metal, pop one of these, gain the 13, attack over this for 13. And then how many other cards is he going to have to spend to get all this going is the question. We just chill with some Minecraft vibes. Ooh, Growl is not good enough here. Growl set, which means this is probably like a Kana or something. We kind of like to maintain Pakupaku. I'd also really like to maintain this. If we tribute 2, we get this out, and we summon. That'll leave me with 2 cards. We can't maintain absolutely everything. Is it worth weakening? It is, right? Yep. Right, we'll activate Silver Wolf. Weaken this. We'll activate Silver Wolf. Weaken this. We're then going to tribute 2. We'll then summon. We're going to activate the effect and just get another card out of our hand. Weaken this a bit more. Then we're going to pay the 1,000 for Prima. That way we can clear it no matter what. We'll swing. The barrier. So this is to try and live. Because that has now got him enough life points that he does live. Okay. Well, you can also play like 2 carrier and 4 aqua normals. Yeah. Definitely can do that. I don't know if I would like that, like such a slim package. Because there are just going to be games where you open both carriers and it's just going to feel really bad. I still think I'd rather play probably all 6 normals. Because the whole point of the deck at the moment is that those 6 normals are basically nothing, right? Kanan is useful, but Kana and Lamoon are just there as tribute fodder. Like, they're not realistically doing much on their own. Like, a 1400 buck can be relevant, especially if this, like, Beast package starts taking off, because there's a lot of 1300 attackers in it. There is the Palace Gargoyle. Discarding. Then we summon. Now what? We're going to tribute both for Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal effect, pop a 13, gain 13. Get in for 1500 damage. And then is that last card going to be able to kill my last monster is the question. No. So it's another high level in hand then. Which means Pakupakuchu is not live. We will activate our skill. We will set our Hammer Crush deal. We will draw a card. Unfortunately, we have no way to out this. Is it even worth using the Hammer Crush deal? Probably, just because Otherwise, we can't empty our hand. So, we will get rid of the barrier. Pop the back row. There's no point in doing anything else here, so I think we're just going to set everything. Put this to defense. And then we'll pass. Oh, any boss monster there would have been fantastic, because obviously we have the Silver Wolf. We had 5 draws total as well. But now we might slowly lose control of the game, because we've given him a turn to recover. How many bosses are still in our deck as well? We've only seen 2. So we've got Dragius, 3 Arise, Summon Skull. So we still have 5 left in the deck. Well, we can kill this Dragius, so that's not a big deal. I think we just always get rid of the Dragius here. Right, we've got 5 draws. And 5 cards in our deck are boss monsters. There's some boss monsters. Okay. So we will flip. We will flip. Has he used any... Okay, so he still has access to the widespread. We have no way to get rid of widespread. He also could have a barrier. I think we always go Dragius. He's going to have widespread, and there's nothing we can do about it. But Dragius is the best way to try and get through. Alright. Tribute 2. Summon out the drag. Activate the Dragius. Normal summon. Now deck size is where this is going to get funky. I think we do summon, right? We have to summon, because this is guaranteed game, right? No, it's not guaranteed game, because if he has a combat trap that isn't... Ah, yeah, we played really badly there. We should have attacked with the Summon Skull. We weren't thinking. I was just so sure it was... I played this all kinds of bad. Ike had so many different options available, and we just completely punted this. I was too worried about decking out. I wasn't thinking. Because we could have just... Because his life points were so low, even if he had a widespread, we could have just... Well, mind you, Ancient Arise into widespread still doesn't actually end the game. But we definitely should have attacked the Summon Skull into his boss monster. That was so silly. If he summons out Heavy Metal, we're boned. If he doesn't summon Heavy Metal, we're kind of fine. He's got 1 Heavy Metal, 1 Dragius in grave. So it comes down to, is he on 2 Heavy Metal or is he on 2 Dragius? Yeah, I think he's found his win con, which is just sit in defense mode. Because we have no way to recycle cards back into our deck. We can't get anything back in our deck to mill, so we can't use Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius effect. Oh, we can... No, we can't, not with this one. It's the other one. Unfortunately, I think that is it for us. We have no way to get piercing. Well, we would have won this game if we didn't throw. So at least we have that. We can kind of confidently say that this would still be a 100% win rate if we weren't piloting. Because again, all we need is 1 card in deck and we win the game. But we don't have 1 card in deck, so... We can't turn this on no matter what we do. we'd have to have lost both of our monsters. Even if we tribute them, we can't do anything off that. Bringing back any of these cards doesn't do it, because again, we need a card in our deck to activate any of our effects. So, unfortunately, that's all there is. RIP. But again, we had lethal, we just threw it. So, at the very least, that wasn't the deck's fault. The deck had lethal. We punted. So, let's see what happens in the next one. Hopefully, we won't punt again. I wonder if, as well, if we milled a time when we really didn't need to mill, and that also cost us. Oh, a 10 win streak. Let's see if we can rip this guy's win streak apart after we just destroyed our own. Ancient Arise. Alright, we will activate our skill. And hopefully we'll draw a normal summonable monster. That was exactly not what we wanted to see. So now we have to get one of these out of our hand. So we are going to be summoning out an Ancient Arise. Which is, again, really not where we want to be. Do we activate the effect? We already have one beast in there. It comes down to, do we draw a Pakupakuchu and do we mill something for Pakupaku? We will use Ancient Arise effect here. Right, Premier Engrave is fine. We probably didn't want to draw that next turn anyway. So he knows this is Hammer Crush. He doesn't know what this is. Summon Skull. Okay, that's something he wouldn't mind losing to a barrier anyway. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. How do we want to play this? There's no, like, super good way, right? We can pop his back row, that's fine. Then we can summon out both of these, tribute them off, and then summon that. I guess that's probably the best thing I've got. So who are we discarding is the next question. Probably the Dragius? That gets me an extra little bit of damage in. But I don't need that extra bit of damage right now because it's not going to push for lethal. So we will discard the Ancient Arise here. Pop the back row. We'll then summon. Summon. Do we activate the effect, get 300? That does get a lot more damage in. I think we will. Tribute 2. Summon out the Dragius. Activate both of our effects. We could have had an extra body on board, so this is a little bit greedy, but this does get him almost dead. And then we pass. Reincarnation couldn't have done anything there, right? We could have taken the Silver Fang, which maybe could have been lethal. Losing the Reincarnation here is going to kind of suck, but also we're going to be kind of fine. Lovely Stardew Valley music while we just chill. We know what your back row is, so now any normal summon kills you. Well, guess we'll just summon. Tribute off for this. Activate the effect. Swing. 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 And then we end it. Well, there's another mirror. We won that in 2 turns, which is quite nice. I suppose that was our turn 3, so turn 5 total. Yeah, I mean, the deck seems pretty strong, and we ripped apart his 10 win streak. It's weird, though, because we haven't run into a single Ancient Arise yet. We haven't run into, like, an SAR. We haven't run into, like, the other generic kind of, like, Aqua Aggro decks. We've basically learnt the mirror quite well. Well, we know this can't be the mirror because Roman cannot use Hammer Crush Deal. Is this going to be Psychics? I hope it's Psychics. I'd really love to play against someone who's like a Psychic main. Someone that's really making it work. I am, though, really excited to see what happens when January rolls around. We get the New Year's. We'll get a new box. We'll have to see if it has maximums in it. I still think it's a little bit early for maxes, so I don't think we're going to get maximums. I think it would be really nice to see another box without maximums before we actually put the maximums into the game. Right, we'll Hammer Crush Deal here. Because we haven't even got like Beast Gears yet. It'd feel really weird to get maximums before we had Beast Gears. Unfortunately, this hand is absolutely useless, so we are just going to be going on the defensive here. Any boss monster punishes this so hard, but we just don't have any. But yeah, my prediction would be that in the next main box for Rush, we get Beast Gears and Dinosaurs. Maybe the Earth Machine stuff, like the first wave. Then I would like to see the next box after that be maximums. Just because maximums are going to like steal the show when they come out. Especially if they get any skills that are like remotely good. Tributes 2, summons out the Prima. Has no piercing at the moment, has no double attacks. Really wants to clear all 3. Little did he know he cleared them anyway, without the boost. So we just got 1,000 life points off him for free. There is a boss monster. It's not the best one. Alright, we'll summon out Pakupakuchu. Activate Pakupakuchu. Put this back. Grab this out. Then we'll summon. I think we're going to let him keep his back row. Even if it ends up killing our Ancient Arise, I'd still rather just have the threat. And then summon, summon. Activate the effect. I don't know why we summoned this. Set this. Activate. We will just punch over this. Now, does he have it? Did we get punished for not using our Hammer Crush? He said it even... Why would he do that? In my mind, I was like, there's no way he sets Widespread. He knows we have Hammer Crush. He would just get deleted. But he just played like an idiot. And because we expected too much of him, we get punished for it. Oh, no. Well, alright. On the flip side, if his hand had one Tribute Monster, he needed to empty his hand so we could draw more cards. So I guess I wasn't thinking about that. In my mind, I was like, you don't set your most valuable card in your deck when you know your opponent has an out to it. But he just did not care. Well, we're getting hard punished, aren't we? Our back row is so useless. We might just die here. Oh no, my White Tiger's back in my deck. If only I had 2 other monsters that completely fulfilled the effect of Pakupakuchu. Okay. You're gonna pay another 1,000? Are we just dead? If he pays the 1,000, each of these gains 600, which means we are just... Okay. I think it's going to be very hard for him to kill us through what we have at the moment. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take some damage. Does that mean his hand has to be exactly Roman pick and thingy? So we can use that, discard that, get another body, get out both of our bosses. Then we lose the game. If he can lower his life points. Right, reincarnation. Discard. I think here we just take Pakupakuchu, right? Return to me, Pakupakuchu. Summon Pakupaku. Activate Pakupakuchu effect. Pop this back on the deck. Grab this back to hand. We will then, I guess, summon out the Silver Wolf. Activate the effect. Weaken one of these. Guess we'll summon Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Tribute to summon out the boy. Summon. Activate the effect. That's a really annoying mill. But we always clear this. We always clear this. We have 4,000 damage minus the 800. So I think we just don't attack, right? No matter what, he can always use his thing. I think we just leave it like this. I think this is our best chance, but we're probably still dead. Okay. Oh, yeah, because now he can just take back Prima and lower his life points, so it didn't matter anyway. Our entire goal was to try to not let him get under 1,000 life. But if he pays the 500, he can also then... Oh. What? Is he misplaying? Or has he got another Roman pick? Has he hard drawn? Okay. You had lethal, right? I'm not being dumb, right? He had lethal. And now we win. Okay. I mean, we'll take it. We'll just play it out sensibly just in case. Well, we did get to play against a psychic player, and he did have lethal because we kind of punted that a little bit, but he missed the lethal, so... Because all he had to do was summon out the Roman pick, which he did, use the effect to take back anything, so I guess just any normal summon would have been fine. Got out the Prima like he just did there, but he'd have an extra body. He would have lowered his life points by 500, putting him down to 16. Use Prima effect to pay the 1,000 to go down to... What would that have been? 600 life. Then he would have turned on Esperard's effect, which could have popped 2 of our monsters. I suppose he still would have needed a normal summon, but any normal at that point does it. Right, we're against another Luke. Let's see what Luke's got for us. Ancient Arise. This is a set 3 pass hand, I think. I'm really not a big fan of having both Pakupakuchu in the open, but... Dragius. I mean, we're just going to kill the Dragius, right? I don't think there's a world in which we leave him with a Dragius. Oh no, Pakupakuchu number 1. That's all it takes. Just farming those wins now, though. This deck definitely seems strong. But I think a big part of this deck being strong is just the fact that we have 3 Dragius, or I guess 2 Dragius, and the... No, 3 Dragius? 3 Dragius and the 2 Ancient Arise. Because Ancient Arise is so good. Oh, Sun on his win streak of 5. See what he's got for us. This hand was really nice, and then we drew that. Well. Let's summon out the boy. Set back row pass. Again, this is very punishable, but he's got to have the correct series of cards to actually do it. Lamoon. Tributes for Gumi Gumi. Dark Arts. Changes it to defense. Gumi Gumi effect. Does weaken, so that means it can now get beaten over by anything else. I think here we just let this go and take the 3000 damage. I don't want to use my trap card on this. And I don't even want to let him know I have a trap card. What is this hand? Actually, Pakupakuchu is already online. That's something. Pop this back in. Take back Gazelle. We can then summon out the Silver Wolf. Activate Silver Wolf effect. And weaken one of these guys. Then we'll tribute 2. Summon out the Gazelle. Activate the Dragius. Go to battle phase. Swing over this. Swing over this. Swing over this. And then pass. Not as much damage as we'd like, and we still have 2 bricks sitting in our hand, but this might be enough. This might be enough. Let's see what he's got for us. Where's this going? Is he going to summon out a Yami Ruler? A Kime Ruler? We got 2 attack position monsters. Means getting our life points directly is going to be a bit difficult. So it says that pass. That is music to my ears. That's a little bit wonky, but we can make it work. We can game here, right? We just get back any normal summon. We'll discard this. We'll take back Speedy Performer. Summon Performer. Activate the effect. Boost Dragius. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Normal summon. Activate the effect of Dragius. Activate the effect of Dragius. Go to battle. Hey, bada, hey, bada, swing. 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 And the 5th attack, swing for game. 5 attacks? What am I? Bloody Aqua Force? Nice, nice, nice. And that was against Dark Celerity as well. I should probably save that replay. Matt, do you have a decent website for things like card sleeves, etc.? What, as in, like, a place to buy card sleeves? Because, like, I always tend to use Magic Madhouse for my TCG stuff, but that's because they're reliable, I guess. And yeah, they deliver to the UK. It's a UK-based company. I use Magic Madhouse, but wondering if there was a better recommendation for buying card-related things. I typically just use Magic Madhouse, especially because they have like a credit system that racks up, which is quite nice. I have used a couple of other different places in the past, but none of them have been as reliable as Magic Madhouse. Now, Magic Madhouse hasn't been perfect, right? There's been a couple of times where they have a what now? So they have a thing where, like, when you buy stuff, if you have an account with them, it can give you small amounts of credit. So I remember my housemate, when I was at uni, he would buy a load of stuff. We'd do bulk orders, and then he would use, like, the credit he got, which is, like, little bits of money off of the website to, like, buy individual stuff. But again, I haven't used it in ages, so take everything I've just said with a pinch of salt. Well, it looks like we're going to be in another mirror. Set, go to battle, clear this. Now, the issue is, because this is more than likely a mirror, he is probably on Hammer Crush Deal. So we have to hope he doesn't find one, because this is a very important trap card, and if we lose it, we might just lose the game. So I think this entire game might come down to, did he just draw a Hammer Crush? He's not shotgunning it if he has. I don't know if they still do that, sadly, unless I'm blind. I bought a lot of stuff up there, and can't see any credit. Oh, okay. So I remember he was... What was the card called? Was it It That Betrays? Yeah, It That Betrays. He just bought, like... Because it was about 12 quid at the time. He just bought one using his Magic Madhouse credit. Sorry, bro. You didn't draw your Hammer Crush, which means I am in control of this game. Oh, he is conceding in the most amusing way. Wow, let's just put him out of his misery. Smack. And then he actually concedes as well. That is very funny. That is a very salty boy. But yeah, I remember in when I was at uni, we had, what was it? It was the second ever Commander set for Magic the Gathering. So they had the initial run, and then they went like years without releasing anything. Then they released their second run, which had, what was it? It was like Oloro, Prosh, I can't remember what it's called, but there was a bunch of different ones. I think the Geneva one was also quite popular. But, so me and my housemates were like, alright, we're not going into uni today, because we've ordered a bunch of these Commander decks. We've ordered a bunch of sleeves, new deck boxes, and we're just going to stay in. And we almost missed the package because we were just hanging out in the back garden. Then, when the package did arrive, we had to like run after the van. It was starting to drive off. We then just spent the entire day just playing Magic the Gathering Commander. It was so much fun. Why am I summoning these in attack mode? Oh well. They're in attack mode now. I'm not even going to summon this, so I don't know why I did this. Or do I summon it now? Yeah, screw it. We'll summon it out. We were kind of an autopilot there. It's just one of my fondest memories of like playing a card game. Is just jamming Commander all day with my housemates. Well, that's game. Curious as to what this guy opened. $25. $25. $15. Zhizha. This deck is pretty nuts, right? We've lost one game and it's because we punted it. Other than that, this deck is 100% win rate. And even that game, again, like we had lethal. I mean, to be fair, there was also another game where we had lethal against us and we won that. So I guess you could also make the argument that we still would have lost the game either way. I miss the simpler, non-adulting days, getting a load of snacks and takeaway, pulling an all-nighter. I mean, that's basically my my university experience. Like, especially, so I did a foundation year at uni. I didn't need to, I just wanted to take a foundation year. And because of that, that foundation year was basically a nothing year, where the work was so simple and so easy that it didn't really matter. So because of that, it meant that that was basically a year off, right? Like, obviously I racked up an extra year of debt, but minus coffee shops. Don't get me wrong, coffee shops was a big part of my uni experience. If only the coffee wasn't so darn expensive. Look at this Christmas sleeves. I haven't got this mat. How do I get this Christmas mat? I bet I can't get it anymore. Okay, we got to keep a gazelle. That's nice. I think we always hammer crush deal here. Right, we just need to draw not a boss monster. Okay, that's not a boss monster, so that's fine. So we'll flip this. We got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can get out 2 boss monsters, which does play around just about everything. Well, not quite, but Silver Wolf effect to weaken this. Then we will distribute both. Summon out the Dragius. Thankfully, Black Sheep does student discount. Yeah, we had a like a coffee place at our uni as well, and we would always stop in there before class. Me and my friend Greg would go in there, and we would both order a espresso, like a double espresso, before we start lesson. So we were like, I just need to pick me up, man. I just need to pick me up. Alright, let's see what he's got. Has the widespread, which does not stop this attack. And we do still get him for 25. Using Ancient Arise to protect Dragius feels so good. It just feels so good. Oh, she hangry. And she did add them to hand. She's got to get through 2,000 life points, though. Ghost Cyclone. She's got 3 engraved, so she does get the draw. Summons out the Roman Pick. Activates Roman Pick. Gets the mill, so it does get to take a card back. Takes back the Speedy Performer for an attack boost. Summons out Dream Drummer. Puts the other Dream Drummer back. Gets rid of my Gazelle, which is fine. We've got more Gazelles. Summons out the Prima. That's another 1,000 life points off, but you need to get under 1,000 to just go, oh, that is exactly what he needed to get a pop on my monster. He's going to have to give up everything though if he wants it. Takes back the Roman Pick. Summons out the Performer. Gets a boost. Tribute 2 for Esperard. Uses the Hammer Crush. Hits my own barrier. That's game then, right? No. No, it's not game. He also could have activated this effect. He just chose not to. And that's going to be the game. So let's take him out in the best possible way by just Dragiusing him to death. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon out the Dragius Boogaloo. Activate the effect, summon Gazelle. Slam into the Prima. Get out of my face. Slam into the Esperard. Get out of here. Slam into the face with the Gazelle. That was a reasonably close one, though. If he had activated the effect, he would have put me low on life. He wouldn't have killed me. But he would have got close. And that is our only game against, well, our only non-punted game against Psychic, so we will save that one. And then we'll just simply go again. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other, like, fantastic things. So I remember we went, and this was again when I was still at uni, we went to some Magic the Gathering pre-release events. And pre-release events for Magic the Gathering are generally quite similar to Yu-Gi-Oh, right? You show up, you buy some packs, you build decks out of those packs, and then you play against each other. But what made this one very exciting was this was Return to Ravnica. And for those who don't know, Ravnica is a plane/city in the Magic the Gathering universe, and it's divided into guilds. So each of the guilds in Ravnica are 2 different colors in Magic the Gathering, and as you know, there's 5 different colors, which means there are 10 different combinations, which means there are 10 guilds. So when you sign up to this event, you sign up representing your guild, which was this super just cool little novel idea. I think we're going to set these 3 paths. So when we went, me and again everyone that went with me were all decided like what guilds we want to play. And I remember I originally wanted to play Selesnya, which was green-white. But one of my housemates really wanted to play Selesnya themselves, so I ended up swapping to Rakdos, which was red-black, which is pretty much as far away from Selesnya as you could possibly get. But I remember just entering those events and just having such a great time. I ended up... Because the other thing was, on the Saturday, they did the regular, you know, pre-release. But then on the Sunday, they did Twin-Headed Giant pre-release. Which is, again, for those who don't know, that's where you play a 2v2 game where your life points are shared with your partner. Unfortunately, we don't have a beast to bring back. This hand is a little bit yikes, so we're just going to have to do what we can. Summon, summon. Activate the effect. Weaken this, right? There's no reason to weaken anything else. I just don't have a better boss monster to go into. I think I'm better off just setting. So I'll go ahead and tribute. Set 2. And then we will just tackle. We don't need to pay the 1,000 to get an extra 900 life points in. Have you ever seen anyone lose it or get really salty at these events, or are they generally just fun? Yes, constantly. People always get salty. Now, I will say one thing. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a lot younger player base, so typically you do get saltier people at those sort of things, right? When it comes to Magic the Gathering, everyone's generally an adult and therefore is kind of a bit more chill. Now again, salt does happen, right? No matter what, people are always going to be like, oh, you know, you sacked me or whatever. But it's like salt in moderation, right? It's not like obnoxious. Oh, for God's sake. This man opened Dragonic Slayer and then drew into 2 more Dragonic Slayer. Are we serious right now? Meanwhile, I'm sat here bricking with my Prima Katana. Speaking of salt, here it comes. I am getting utterly sacked right now. But yeah, we've had a couple of like drama build things at some of these like Yu-Gi-Oh events. Again, I haven't been to a Magic the Gathering that's ever been particularly bad. Both hammer crushes at the same time when your opponent hasn't got any back row. That's not what you want to see. Unfortunately, it's looking like we're not going to be able to deal with both of his monsters, which is really bad for us. We really needed to kill both, and we cannot do that with this hand. Which means I think we might just be dead here. We have... So, I think the thing to take away from this as well is that we bricked extraordinarily hard, and our opponent drew, like, the God Hand. Like, if he didn't get both Slayers and we got to maintain a back row, we would actually be in a really good position. But, unfortunately, that did not happen, so we are kind of struggling now. I'm trying to think if I've ever gotten, like, really salty at an event. I don't think so. Because you got to remember, I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments when I was in, like, year 6 at school. So, I would have been a wee babby, like 10 years old. Dragius. That's 1,100, so he just needs 400 attack to win. Ooh, we are alive. We are alive. Now, we are so low on life points it probably doesn't matter, but we are alive. Alright, summon Pakupakuchu. Activate Pakupakuchu. We'll put Pakupakuchu back in. We'll take Gazelle out. So, we have options. I think no matter what, we can't summon both Dragius. I think we always have to respect the back row. So we do activate Hammer Crush here. Get rid of that. We then summon out Thunder the Thunder. Activate its effect. Pitch Pakupakuchu to weaken. And we'll tribute 2. This is 300. Is my math right? Is this exact lethal? Have we just completely dominated the Meta Slave where we bricked and where he drew God Hand in the opening? Yes, we did. Yes, we did, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it takes. Never give up. Never surrender. We can defeat the oppressive Resonance deck. All we need is for them to get a little bit unlucky. Why do you flip to defense? Oh, never mind. Yeah, exactly. He has been destroyed, which is all we needed. Yeah, I can think of a couple of times where, like, some real drama stuff happened. I remember at one point, the place where... So, there was a tournament that we were going to, and it was held in a... like a mall, right? So... me and some of my friends, again, we were children. We were like literally like 11, I think, at this point. We're playing with bouncy balls, and it's one of those like multi-stage malls. And a bouncy ball dropped down from where we were on the top all the way down to the bottom. And I went to go and retrieve it, and the security guard actually picked me up and barred me and just said I was not allowed back into this mall. Obviously, that didn't last very long. You know, I went back in the next week. And no one stopped me, because they're not going to like put up a wanted poster for an 11-year-old child. What's going on here? Why is the music stopped? There we go. Something wrong with that song. Okay, we have 2 high levels in hand, so we are getting them out of our hand. That's for sure. So we'll go ahead and get out the Speedy Performer, and then we will just tribute for the Dragius. Unfortunately, Dragius no back row is very sketch. We'll just set this, and then pass. Ooh, SAR as well. Ooh, and it's on Dark Magician. Means this might not be SAR. Hello, Silverwolf. Ooh, is this going to be Bender Break? Or is this just going to be Dark Magician? This could still be either. Seven's Road. We know it's not SAR though because he's got Gazelle in. Well, we lose our Dragius, which does kind of suck, but... Well, we can't use Pakupakuchu here. Guess we flip. Then... I could use this to get out another tribute order. That's probably worth. If I use Reincarnation here, the issue is that we're going to go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. If I get rid of this, I still can't get this out, so it has to be this that goes away. We still only have 3 bodies. This is so sus. I don't think doing this was the correct play at all. Right, we'll just take this back. Then we summon. We'll activate the effect. We'll weaken this. And there goes that mill, which kind of sucks. We'll then summon. Activate the effect. Boost this up. Then going to tribute 1, 2. Activate the effect. I think we do just set this. So it's got nothing. Okay, perfect. So this way we did manage to play around everything, but we did kind of... We didn't manage to maintain a Pakupakuchu. We did that in case he had a widespread, because widespread pops this. This has to then crash into SRM, and then we'd have nothing. So we wanted just something to protect us. That does now mean we only have 1 Pakupakuchu left in deck. Tributes for DMG. Okay. Tributes that for another DMG. Okay, so he got very lucky to open Dark Magician in the opening, and then also have 2 DMG in hand. And Pakupakuchu is now live, which is really nice for us. Unfortunately, we have nothing to do with it because we've not drawn any boss monsters. Let's see if we can find one now. There is one. It's a little bit awkward, but we can make it work. So we'll flip over Pakupakuchu. And take Pakupakuchu effect. We'll put Pakupaku back in the deck. We'll bring out the Gazelle. Then... we summon out the Thunder. Activate its effect. We'll pitch the All-Seeing White Tiger to hit this. Then we're going to activate Hammer Crush. We're going to pitch our Beastly Gazelle and pop this back row. We're then going to Tribute to. Normal summon both of these. Now, if his back row is still nothing, it means this will be able to clear everything, as well as get in for lethal. And there it is. Hi, how goes the Rush grinds? Rush is going very well. We have lost 1 game today, and that's because we misplayed, which we did have lethal, but we just attacked in the wrong order. So, doing very, very well. We're on our 2nd massive win streak of the day. I want to actually check this guy's deck. What was he on? So he was on Magician Shuffle, and he did just open the Dark Magician. Okay. So this man opened Dark Magician, and then found 2 Dark Magician Girl turn 2, and still lost in 3 turns. That's pretty... I guess it just goes to show how weak Dark Magician is, unfortunately. Alright, Haru. Let's see what Haru's got for us. We're on the 9 win streak. Let's see if we can get that up to 10. How did you get into Rush? Tomato Sauce also love your vids. Ooh, that's a big question. So, I basically started watching the anime, and I was like, oh, this is... You know, I've always had a soft spot for Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Since I was a kid. And So from my love of that, it just kind of grew into wanting to play the game. My friend Alex was like, yeah, I'm down to play some. And that's all there was to it. Oh, actually, we're going to keep this in hand. We're going to do this instead. We're going to maintain the Prima. I don't really want to maintain Prima, but I should be able to clear his whole board. If he wants to use a widespread on Summon Skull, I am perfectly fine with that. So if we attack with this will tell us what his back row is. So that means his back row is definitely Phantom Bind. Just to play around that in the future. Have the overuse of Luke died yet? So, short answer, no. Long answer, we won't know until the restricted list comes in, which is not until Boxing Day. So the 26th is when the new restricted list will come in, which means that will be when we'll start seeing a decline in Ancient Arise and Dragonic Resonance. Although I can say today, we have played against, I want to say, 3 Dragonic Resonance and 0 Arise Dragons. So already we're starting to see a lot of those kind of dip. And I wonder if that's because people are like trying out new stuff, if people are trying to use some of the decks from the Goha Rush Festival that got posted on DLM, whether they are trying out the new restricted list already, even though it hasn't gone into effect yet. But yeah, we've definitely been seeing a lot less of Luke. And speak of Luke, here he is now. This is Bot. I think we played against him earlier, and he was just playing Dragonic Resonance. How do we want to play this? Pakupakuchu doesn't do anything right now. Silverwolf, though, might be a bit of a liability, but we're going to stick with it. So we're going to hold the Silverwolf for now and see what he does. All same? Yeah, it's one of those things where I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Originally as a kid because of the anime, right? Like, the anime was such a big part of my childhood, which then got me into the card game, and then playing in tournaments made me very competitive, and that's kind of how I've kind of grown and evolved with that. Okay, so we are in a mirror match then. It also, like, taught me a lot more to do with social skills, and like a lot of who I am today is because of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right, we get a draw. I mean, it's a normal summon monster. That's kind of the best we could hope for. 1, 2, 3. Which means I don't need the second Dragius in hand, so I could pitch it. I could also boost. So yeah, we always, I think, use Hammer Crush to guarantee that we clear here. Get out of here. Masaki is a little bit annoying. Just because we're going to have to sacrifice the Masaki, and we can't use the Silverwolf effect. Which means we have to end on Speedy Performer. It's the only way we can clear, but that's fine. Obviously, it'd be really nice if I could maintain a 15 or a 13, but we have to maintain a 400. Which, again, is fine. Now, what is the defense of his monster going to be? What low defense monsters do we run in here? That could be a Pakupakuchu. Screw it, we'll run into it. Yeah, it is a Pakupaku. We did have the read. Just getting him off of Pakupaku is so big in this mirror. Now, the problem here is I have a 400 attack monster. He's probably on the same skill as me, which means if he's drawn his own Hammer Crush, he's going to pop our widespread, which is really going to suck. Okay, we are fine. There's another Hammer Crush, but I think we do have to drop here. So we'll go up the Tiger, pop the back row again. Okay, it was kind of a nothing trap, which is a little bit disappointing, but I think we still had to do it. Right, we're going to drop the Monster Reincarnation. Pitch, grab back the Dragius. We'll activate Speedy Performer. Boost up Dragius. Summon. Tribute 2. Activate Dragius. Activate Dragius. Go to battle. Swing in. We swing in. We swing in. We get him for that 29. So we would have had lethal if we didn't Hammer Crush, but again, without seeing his widespread, I'm not about to just run into it, right? Right off for an hour of meetings. If you finish up before I return, thank you for the chill stream. Yeah, we probably will finish up within the hour, but again, thanks for hanging out, Loz. Really do appreciate it. Right, he got the Pakupakuchu, and he got another back row. Got the Hammer Crush. Does get to pop that. Now, this isn't an easy board for him to break still. That makes it easier. He's got the Gazelle back in hand. Ancient Arise. That's fine. 2 defense. That is so good for us. I mean, this is just... It's not... I mean, it is, right? This is just lethal. Summon 2 15s. Activate Dragius. Go to battle. We swing over this. These can't be bigger than 14. And that's the game. Bam. Oh, we are just having such a good day with this deck. This deck is so good. But again, we've played against 0 Ancient Arise. So... It really is funny how we've gone full circle now and just aggro is so good again. It's like the evolution of aggro, which was Aqua aggro, but since then seems to have evolved again and has now changed into Dragon aggro, which again is a deck we were originally playing. Like we had always thought that Dragius plus just Ancient Arise on their own, even without the skill, was going to be really good. Turns out it is, you just need the right shell for it. Our Red Eyes variant was a bit funny, but still did exceedingly well. I don't know if I'm ready to say this is the best deck. I think we'll have to see it actually win some tournaments, as well as being the top deck in the Goha Rush Festival. But it's starting to feel like it might be. But again, personal bias is always going to come into it. We've been having a fantastic time on it, so we think the deck is incredible. Matching successful. Right, against another rower. Now, is this going to be a rebel rower? Current win streak is at 11. See if we can't get that to like a 15. That'd be really nice. Rush on royal rebel. That means he opens with... You have no level 6 or higher effect monsters. Okay. Interesting. Oh, was this the guy that just like gave up last time we played him? I mean, I think we just go for as much damage as we can, right? Unfortunately, this is not lethal. We'll put them down to 200. Let's see what he's got for us. Absolutely nothing. Okay, well. I mean, we'll take the freebie. Clearly, he's here just to, like, farm something. I don't actually know what you get for just losing games, if anything. I think we played against him over in our last streak as well. Oh, this is the first time today that we've been waiting for opponent. Whereas on Tuesday, this was happening quite a lot. This is the first time today this has happened. Should only be a couple of days as well until the new Rush box releases in Modern Rush, which will be very interesting. Unfortunately, it's very reprint heavy, which means for someone like me that primarily plays online, like reprints are basically nothing, right? They're just nothing slots, which is a little bit disappointing. But for people that do buy the cards, obviously that's fantastic. They can now have easier access to some of the cards that they otherwise wouldn't, which is great. Unfortunately, currently we don't have English Rush cards still. But someone from Konami did say during an interview that if Rush does well on Duel Links, that will be what decides whether Rush comes over to the West, which I personally would love to see. Oh, it's bot again. So this is going to be the same mirror. Let's see what bot's got for us. Reincarnation's fine. We're probably just going to set 3 pass here. There's no reason to go full on aggression. Do Gazelle. He's going to get to clear 2 of our guys. Oh, okay. I mean, Pakupaku wouldn't have been live anyway, so maintaining it wouldn't have done anything for us. What we will do, though, is activate Hammer Crush Deal. Then we're going to activate our Hammer Crush. We're going to pitch the Ancient Arise. We're going to get rid of the back row in case it's a widespread. We're hoping it is. It was not. So now I think the play is just All-Seeing White Tiger. Tribute 2. Summon out the Dragius. Activate Dragius effect. Set. And then we'll go straight to battle. And we will just clear both of these and get 2,000 damage in. Now, the problem is this is probably Pakupakuchu. So I actually think I'm going to hit this. Because if we just leave him with a Pakupaku... Okay, that was also a good hit. Getting extra 1,000 damage is nice, but Gazelle on its own doesn't actually accomplish much. Like, it's just a body for Silver Wolf, basically. Set to pass. Okay, that's what we like to see. One, two, three. Okay, we can get in for 5,000 here. This is just lethal. Jesus, this deck is good. Dragius is a really good card, guys. Who would have thought? He knew. We all knew. Everybody knew. As soon as double Dragius comes out, the game is over. Poor bot. Man's just trying to live his best life. Keeps running into us on the ladder. Oh, Haru 40. This is a different Haru, I think, from the last one we played. And we're on a Mimi. We have not seen Mimi at all today, so... Now, again, we know this can't be a mirror, because Mimi does not have Hammer Crush. Or does not have Hammer Crush Deal, I should specifically say. Here's Bubbly Elf. Here's Grace Princess Kana. Tributes them both. For D and Keto. Summons out Seahorse. So is this going to be a double tribute summon turn? Gotta be, right? There's no way you just leave these both in attack mode. Double D and Keto. Okay. Okay. This is pretty much unoutable with our deck. I mean, we can't deal with both. There's just literally no way. So, I mean, we kill one, right, no matter what. Should be both. I think we do set these because we want to protect our life as much as possible. Activate Ancient Arise. Just get another mill. And then we will just get in for 700. Again, he does out this just with this D and Keto. And if he does draw into... Bear in mind, he's on 40 card pile as well. So if he does find a Dragius, that would be kind of scary. Hi, dude. Hi, Jimmy. How's it going, buddy? Hope you've been having a good week. I haven't heard from you in a while, actually. Okay, gains the 1,000 from Gravity Press. Summons out Dark Magician Girl. Does this mean you're playing a weird pile? I mean, you're already on a 40 card pile, so it's already a weird pile no matter what, but... Right, there's Hammer Crush, so we can use Hammer Crush Deal. Set the Hammer Crush, draw a card. Not a boss monster, unfortunately, which does stifle our plays a little bit. We could weaken this by 300. No, I mean, we can just do that. The issue is if he does have anything good in the back row. How many bodies we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to discard one card for this. I'd have to do both of those. We'd have to discard this. Alright, well, Reincarnation. So I think we always want to try and be proactive here. So we have to take back the Ancient Arise. Then we'll summon out the Silver Wolf. Summon out the Gazelle. Activate. Jimmy gifting the sub. What a legend. We will just weaken this. I think we always set this. And then we are going to tribute both of these, because we don't want them in attack mode. Activate the effect.
Krusty Camper gifted 1 subscriptions.
And there he gifts another one. Thank you, Jimmy, for being so generous. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, that is the goal reached. Every time I watch Rush streams, I'm not inspired to play it, sadly. And that is completely fine, V5FOPUM. What should be exciting...
Camper gifted 1 subscriptions.
Let's just wait. But what should hopefully be exciting will be the predicted new box that we should be getting on New Year's. And ideally, we'll be getting a new character around that time as well. If we do, that should hopefully be a very exciting time to play, because the new character we get, we're expecting to be Nail, which means we'll be getting maximums. Now, I don't know if they're going to do that in the next box, but if they do, that will be very exciting, especially because with 30 card decks and maximum skills, it might be really, really exciting. It might be. Again, we don't actually know. Okay, we let that die. Rush is just for gems to spend on speed. That is, again, completely fine, right? Like, everyone... I mean, do we just... I think we do, right? We are going to do this. Now the question is, do we want... I think we put Pakupakuchu back in. We still take the 2,000. But it's really good to do that. Yeah, I mean, like, I play... oh, this is a really rough hand. I play speed for a similar reason, right? Like, I'm basically playing speed to feed my rush. Alright, we activate Hammer Crush here. Because we need to get this out of the hand. We'll pop this, which is the newest set. We'll set 2. And we have to just set this, I think. Yeah, I think we just have to set it. Ugh, we are bricking a little bit. You come for the game, stay for the commentary. I mean, yeah, I really like all forms of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like, I like myself a little bit of Goat. I like a bit of Edison. I like Master Duel. I like Speed Duel. I like Duel Link Speed Duel. I like Rush Duel. I kind of like a little bit of all of it. Now, obviously, there's different things I like more or less. But... Ooh, that is lethal. So I'm going to have to stop something here. Are we widespreading this? Yes. I actually get some value off of widespreading. We'll only take 2,000 here, so we're not dead. I have one other preference when it comes to games. Yeah, I think it's a shame as well that Rush doesn't have much of an incentive to actually play it. Right? Like, you have to spend gems to actually play it, which almost disincentivizes you to play it. Alright, we'll put Pack Rat back in the deck. Grab back Gazelle. Summon out the All-Seeing White Tiger. I'm going to tribute 2. We're going to activate Hammer Crush. We are going to discard this. We are going to pop the fresh one again. Yes, we knew that was there. We'll activate Multi-Shot Dragon Dragius. Go to battle. Swing into this. Swing into this. Swing in for 15. Pass turn. Hello, hello. Dingust? Dingust? I think it's Dingust. I would have liked Rush more if it used gold instead of gems. I mean, yeah, gold is such a useless bloody currency. Doing anything with gold would have been fantastic. Then one could power the other mode properly. Yeah, but obviously that's not what Konami want, right? They want you to be struggling with both. Because in a weird way, you can look at it like, well, Rush is just an extra thing for me to get gems. Ugh, that's going to be game, isn't it? If he summons out any boss monster, that is just lethal. Yeah. Of all the games to lose, I mean, to be fair, we lost this because we bricked. But I did not want to lose to this pile of crap. Like, it's a 40-card pile with, like, Dark Magician in it. Like, it's so bad. Unfortunately, this is how we go out. Yeah, using the barrier doesn't stop anything here. Right, well, there goes our massive streak. Even if you're playing a really, really powerful deck that won GR Festival, you can still just brick and lose to a pile of crap. So, at least we know. But like you said, play it properly, you have to spend gems, so you end up struggling on both. Yeah, but you can play... So the way I kind of look at it is, I generally have gems left over when I play one or t'other. As long as you're like keeping up with all your stuff. I mean, it depends as well if you still got characters that can level up. But I always have a few gems left over in my like mailbox that are going to get destroyed. So I end up using those leftover gems on speed. And in the same way, I assume that some people playing speed aren't going to need every single card in the game. There'll be boxes that you pass, or there'll just be times when you just don't need to open every single pack, and therefore you just have extra gems that will just delete themselves. Now, obviously, I don't know if that's for sure, because like I try and live at 9999 gems at all times, and that's me playing as a free-to-play player. But I haven't tried to stay relevant and with a competitive deck throughout all of Duel Links, right? Hey, it's bot again. So I've had these little stints. I played at the start of Duel Links and tried to stay up to date and relevant all the way until, I want to say like one of the first EX structure decks came out. I think it was around the time Desperado Barrel Dragon came out. And I was like, this deck is so powerful, and in order to get it, I have to pay money. And I was, you know, a student at the time and didn't want to spend any money on anything other than takeaway and alcohol. So, what is this hand? We're getting 2 brick games back to back, boys. Strap in, this is going to be a wild one. Go get him, Summon Skull. Thoughts on ultimate flags? There was a leak skill that mentions Beast Aim Eagle. Yes. I think what would make the most sense is that ultimate flag become a structure deck. I think that would be a good way to introduce them, and they release them on their own without any of the other like machine support. So I think you don't release Mirror Innovator. So I am expecting just Ace Breaker possibly to come out, and then definitely I'm expecting Gold Rush and the other one, which is the normal 2500 attacker and the 2500 attacker that can bring back a normal light monster. That is what I'm expecting. Because I think that would be a way to almost apologize for Volt Condor sucking so bad. As well as it would be a decent-ish free-to-play deck. So, I mean, to be fair, he has bricked a little bit. This is not like a good hand, but he's doing a lot better than we are, so we're probably going to lose to this. I never play competition level. I'm an anime only. Ah, okay. And we have bricked even harder. Unfortunately, we have finally dropped a game to bot. We have bricked so hard. It's funny. These are the only 2 games we've bricked, and we bricked them both back to back. Just goes to show, again, no matter how good your deck is, you can still just brick. And that's not just a Rush Door thing, although it is more prevalent in Rush, I will admit. But I've seen, even playing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments, I have found myself bricking with like the most consistent decks. You'll still find like that combination of 5 cards that just does nothing. Oh, 2 losses on the record. It feels so wrong. We've been doing so well. And we have, what, a 13 and an 11 streak. So this deck is currently 24 and 3. Yeah, 24 and 3. Although one of those should have been a win. So it's kind of more like a 25 and 2. Deck very strong. See, what I try to do, I swear Konami codes this game to give you bad hands on purpose. So there is something in Fortnite and a couple of other games that they do this. And it's whenever you've been having particularly bad games, they intentionally will give you bots to play against to make you feel better, right? It's like, oh, you don't know if what you just beat were bots, therefore you get to feel a little bit better, you get a win. It like stops you from going into like the spiral of salt. And games also do the opposite, where they'll say, you've been winning a bit too much, we're going to put you, just for a game, against people of like the very highest rank. I think we're going to set and tribute over this. So, in the same way, what they could do in Duel Links is just give you terrible hands if you've been winning too much, just to like bring you back down. They're like, oh, we don't want this person getting like a 20 win streak. We'll just bring them back down a little bit. I swear bots are a thing in Duel Links too. I mean, they very well could be. But the question is, are they Konami bots or are they just people botting, right? They're nerfing the boy Seahorse carrier. I'm Sag. Yeah, poor Seahorse. Seahorse doesn't deserve it. The main issue people have been having, right, is they're nerfing free-to-play, right? Bunker Strike's getting hit, which is a free-to-play friendly card. Seahorse is getting hit, which is a free-to-play friendly card. I mean, even the Arise Dragons are free-to-play friendly, right? Except for the actual Ancient Arise itself, which is not getting touched. So, I understand why, because Konami don't want to hit cards that people spent money on already. Oh, for double Dragonic Slayer again. Why do they keep opening with this? This happened the last time we played against a... I mean, we still won that game last time, but... Yeah, last time we played against... This isn't even Resonance! What? My man is cooking! Well, I mean, we are about to completely destroy him, but... He is cooking. Let's see if we can't send him to the Shadow Realm. And what better way to do that than with everyone's favourite, Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius, the mascot of Duel Links. Get slapped harder, and then 4k to the dome. I lose on purpose sometimes, so I get 3 to 5 extra deck spots. Okay. I'm not really sure what that means, but is Bunker Strike really the problem, Konami? No, the reason Bunker Strike's hit is because it's not an ultra rare from a box. That's the reason, not because it was a problematic card. Because sharing limit through Dragius is practically a ban. I mean, yeah. So it's a weird one. A lot of people are actually saying you should drop Dragius. Because if you lose the bunkers and the Phoenix Dragon, the deck loses a lot of teeth. Dragius is definitely the mascot of Rush at this point, yeah. 100%, 100%. Hey, it's Ikandiri. We played against him on Tuesday. We beat him using our Sevens Road deck. Sevens Axel Road. Ooh, this is a stinker. Look at this stinker of a hand. Oh, this is not going to go well, is it? And our opponent empties their entire... Oh my god! What do we do? I mean, we have to use the skill. That's a... There's nothing we can do about that. Solo Pakupaku does nothing, so... Right, we'll activate Hammer Crush. We'll pitch and pop one of his back row. We'll then set and pass. Whoa, this is a rough one. Of course, love Corporate Greed. While on the topic of dragons, Slayer's so frustrating to deal with. Yeah, I think that's the point, right? That's why in my video I specifically said Slayer is the card I would like to see hit. It's frustrating to play against. It's the annoying card, but it's an ultra rare from a box. I KoG with list completely dropping Dragius and using 3 pitchers. I run 3 Dragonic Pressures to finish games. Yeah, that's the other thing. Dragonic Pressure is always going to be amazing, right? Like, no matter what. As long as people are running monsters, Dragonic Pressure will be, at the very least, playable. Especially if you're not playing many other spell traps. Being able to boost to 28 and popping back row with level 3s because of skill ZZ, yeah. I mean, we can't do anything about this, so we will just let this all go. The scary thing is, he could still have a really good trap card back there, and we'd have no way to stop him. I think we have to take the 50-50. There's no way we can just let him have 2 back row. We're going to hit this one. Okay, that's a little bit scary. If we had hit a widespread there, I would have been feeling pretty good. But now, we are definitely in struggle street. If that back row is a widespread, we are just boned. That also means that we lost the 33 and the 50-50, if that is a widespread. Of course, it's the widespread. And unfortunately, that's going to be the game. That was bricking into also completely whiffing 2 Hammer Crushers. Just never lucky, never lucky. What can you do, eh? Still winning games because you're able to pop widespread with little investment. I mean, yeah, that's always going to be really good. Which, again, if we had popped widespread, we would be in a fantastic position to win this game. Because just widespread gone, kill 2 of his monsters, and having 2 back row to protect us is just so good. I mean, yeah, there's nothing we can do. And back, heading home. I assume heading home from the gym. Hope gym went well. Wish Cerberus didn't turn off the skill. I love that card since Vivid Memories, for whatever reason. What, Flame Cerberus? Oh, back from the gym. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant, Max. I don't even remember Cerberus being in Forbidden Memories. I'm trying to think what skill he turns off. It's perfect. Slayer at 1, Dragius 3, Strike at 2. Is prefer Slayer at 1, Dragius 3. What would that do? So you would play 1 Slayer. You'd obviously you play 3 Dragius and then Bunker Strike at 2. I mean, I think the main issue I would have with that is the skill is still bonkers. And although you now reduce the amount of time Slayer is going to be a problem, it's still there niggling at you, right? And no matter what, it's always going to still be annoying to know that your opponent can use pressure to pop everything on the field. They still do have options to pop your back row. And they get to maintain the 2300 or 2800 attack monsters. I think more than anything, the skill needs a change. I think the skill needs to increase level by 2 and not 4. That way, you can't use it with level 3s and 4s to support Slayer's skill. And it also restricts the attack restriction on the Dragon's Pitcher and Slugger so that you cannot attack with the... I can't remember what his name is. The guy that attacks twice. That's what I would do. It is a weird one, though. Saying Resonance does too much. Just because... Again, it's always going to be personal bias, right? But I, personally, rarely struggle against Resonance unless I'm bricking. Like, playing Ancient Arise, I've got, like, almost a 100% win rate against it. So, like... It's a really weird... The deck is annoying, I think, because it's absolutely everywhere. And because it can win any game. Right? Like, it's not always just going to win every game, but it can just be really annoying to play against, and you're playing against it literally every single game. I mean, obviously, before today, it was every single game. It even disables Recital because the bosses go up to 11. Yeah, that's just also just annoying. I cannot wait for Yuri next year. I want to listen to his theme so badly, and curious how his will sound. I mean, hopefully it's good. Hopefully they don't do a Roa and just give him someone else's theme. No, you can't kill my tiger. Bad. I mean, that's a Dragius. If we summon the Dragius, though, we can't play around anything else. There's no real reason to summon Dragius, right? We already have lethal damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate Hammer Crush. We're going to discard this, and we're going to Hail Mary this. That's definitely not the card to hit. Then I'm going to summon, just go to battle, and we're just going to swing. Because he needs to use back row to save himself. He did have the widespread, so we've protected our Dragius by not summoning it, and our hand is actually really good for next turn. Can't wait for Yuri's quiet sentence. Alpaca. You'll mind out the gutter. I already play Predaplants. It slaps Blue Eyes White Dragon and Live Twins. I don't know which Predaplants are currently in. I remember I really liked the Predaplant Pendulum monsters that you can use to easily summon out the fusion. I remember that just being like this really cool little engine that you could just put in any deck. I already have Predaplant invested, so you know the hype for him is real. Yeah, I think Alpaca was referring to a different meaning for the word Yuri. But yeah, for us, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh character from Arc V, one of the best series for Yu-Gi-Oh. Definitely my favorite. Really do like Arc V. Fantastic. We have Predapractice, that's an SR, and Chimera Flesia, which is a UR. This is a boring hand, isn't it? Right, I think we always set a Pakupaku here, but we're gonna probably maintain the other just in case. They should buff Noodles Art by giving a level increase for the monster. Roastery is so hard to use when we only have one target. What they should do is just release another Noodle boss monster. So if they release, God, what's his name? It's like there's Spice the Elite Noodle, and then there's Extra Spice, I think his name is. Right, let's play out this turn quick. We will go ahead and activate our skill. I would really like to find a boss monster. That's not a boss monster. Well, we're just going to pass till we draw a boss monster. Alright, let's do this. Let's do... this, and then... what are we cooking today, Chef? Today we are playing Beasts. And we're playing against Dragonic Resonance. We have unfortunately bricked the last handful of games, which is a bit of a shame. We did go on an 11-win streak, and then we misplayed in a game and lost it. And then we got up to another 13-win streak. So we would have been on a 25-win streak. And then since then, we've just been bricking back to back to back. And now we're getting cooked by Captain Summon 2 Slayer Herder. Right, where is this? If I change this to this... so you can't see it very well on this, but if I move this over a bit... no, that's the wrong one. If I do that, and this... there we go. Extra Spice the Noodle Ninja. This is who we want. This is the next boss monster. Send a Pyro monster, normal monster from your hand to the graveyard, inflict 1,000, draw 1 card. Now, 24 is a little bit weak, but drawing a card and inflicting 1,000 damage is all really, really good, especially in a format where we only have 6,000 life points. I mean, there's a boss monster. We also have a Pakupakuchu. We do not have him live yet, though, because we don't have anything in the bin. I mean, do we just summon out a second Pakupaku? I think we have to, right? We'll activate the effect. Weaken that. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon. Activate Monster Dragon Dragius. Go to battle. We'll just bind 2 of our boss monsters to the grave, which is really not ideal. When what we really want to do is get normal beasts in the graveyard. We'll get him for a load of damage, then we'll pass. Alright. This buff Noodle Ninja. It's hard to use when we only have one target. I mean, they're not going to change the cards, though, right? At the mo... alright, I see what you're saying. I mean, the skill just kind of sucks. We just need a better skill. Flat out, I think, for the Pyros. At the moment, it's add counter to opponent's cards, a fusion mob that can fuse using counter mobs, and Leisure, and then refusion spell to recycle the Leisure. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Soon, we will get the full Predapont deck, so I expect a tier 1 deck. That would be really cool, especially if we get a really cool skill for it. That'd be really, really cool. What have you been thinking about Beast Engine and Hammer Crush? I find myself bricking on Cyclone quite a bit. I mean, I'm not playing... oh, I understand what you mean. Yes, it's been pretty good. I think Hammer Crush Deal is really good. I think right now, it's my preferred good stuff pile skill. Unfortunately, Pakupakuchu is still not live, even if we had another guy Grave. This gives us options. That back row is giving me a little bit pause for thought, though. Right, we'll activate this. Discard this. We'll grab back this. Then... I don't really want to get the discard. I'd rather give the boost. So... ah, but that sucks. We need the boost in case he's on... thingy. How do we do this? This just feels bad no matter how we do it. If Dragius doesn't connect, we are in such a bad position. We just have to hope he doesn't have widespread. This plays around the barrier. We're also just milling all of our boss monsters. Widespread completely hoses us. Yep. Unfortunately, I think that's going to be the game. We couldn't play around everything. We played around absolutely everything except widespread, which was only a one of. With 18 cards left in the deck, there was a higher probability that was left in the deck than he had on the field. That's a shame. There's nothing we can do about that. That's just our opponent got lucky. Like, we could not play around widespread in a meaningful way there. We just, unfortunately, we bricked too hard too early. Now, I love Hammer Crush skill in general. Adding card is always strong. I mean, it's definitely good, right? Being able to draw a card is always nice. The flip side is that a lot of the time you will just be discarding that card. And this has happened a couple of times now. I don't know what happened. We went on like 25 games with not bricking whatsoever. And then like the last like 5 games have all been bricks. And I don't know what's changed. I think our luck has just turned. You either draw widespread or you don't. And this bullshit as well. Man just is running Ghost Cyclone, then just opens it in his opening hand, going second. It's like, bro. Meanwhile, every time I run Ghost Cyclone, we see it towards the end of the game and we can't use it. Is he gonna sub? Is he actually about to? Okay. This is kind of fine. As long as we draw a playable hand. The other issue is that our Pakupakuchu isn't even close to being online yet. You're winning too much. Konami has decided to give you bricks. I mean, that's what it feels like, I'll tell you that much. Okay, we can play out of this, though. The funny thing is, the deck's playing 7 tribute monsters, and we've opened 3 of them in so many games today. Or so many games like the last 5 or 6. Get that 15 in. Pass the turn. Archfiend summoning Float. Brings back Ekelkus. Or Ekeklus. Does he have it? Does he have it? Yeah, he's got it. That's pretty rough. That means we're taking 15 to the dome. Now the question is going to be, again, does he have the widespread? If he has the widespread, we're going to be in a bit of danger here. If he doesn't have the widespread, we've basically already won the game. We'll use our Hammer Crush deal. Take a draw. Ooh, that is spicy. Right, so we can pop both of his back row if we give up 2 cards. Pakupakuchu is online? Yes. So we always Pakupakuchu first no matter what. Put this back into the deck. Put this back into my hand. We have to deal with his monster, which means we have to... I think we always Hammer Crush. If we hit a widespread, we stop. But we haven't hit a widespread, so we keep going. So I'll tribute both. Summon this out. Now, unfortunately, we do lose to him summoning out another one of these. Just straight up. That is just immediate death. we could have instead summoned out 2 monsters if we completely ignored his back row. If we just completely disrespected the fact that he could have had a widespread, we could have won last turn. But, oh yeah, we are just dead, aren't we? He's going to summon out another heavy metal. Of course he drew into exactly Palace Gargoyle heavy metal. Of course he did. Yeah. This was the only punish. That feels bad. That feels so bad. There's another game where we bricked though, so we can't be too upset with losing a brick game. I think Luke's sister getting added to the game would be cool to see. Now we Prage doesn't get combo. Well, that's Silverhead female. Big oof. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that, Alpaca. That's just horrific luck. Yeah, that's the thing. We went on like a 25 win streak, and now we've just been bricking game after game after game. It's like, stop. Even the games we've been bricking, we've had chances to win, but it was like, I need my opponent to not have widespread. Oh, they had it, we lose. Or my opponent might have widespread, therefore I can't push for lethal. They didn't have it, so we would have won. So it's like, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. That was 2 games in a row where we were like, we can't play around widespread, we just have to go for it. And they had it. And then there was a game where we're like, we can play around widespread, but we can't get lethal. We didn't go for it, and we got punished for it. So it's like, you play around the widespread, you lose. You don't play around the widespread, you lose. It's like, ah! What am I supposed to do? But, the deck's still been pretty good overall. Now, we are currently tanking its win rate, right, in these last few games. But overall, it's been pretty good. Beyond theme to get a sister after the other broses. So, I think putting Tiger in the game would be cool. I think it's maybe a little bit early for Tiger. Tiger's deck is kinda shit until she gets fusions. So, I don't think I'd like to see Tiger. Her boss monsters are just very weak. As for Asana, that would be great. She does bring a maximum though, so we won't get her until after Nail. But you can play her deck with or without the maximum, and both versions are really good. So I'm fully expecting the next character to be Nail, and then the character after that to be Asana. Now, the sad thing is, we really should get Menzaburo as a character, or Sabu Ramen as he's called now. But obviously he's a roaming duelist, so I don't know if that's actually going to happen. We should get Yosh as a character, but again, he's a roaming duelist, so it seems like that's not going to happen. So it's a shame that, because there are so many characters in Rush, that they're not going to give us all of them, because some of them are, you know, people are really into. Like, I know 2 different people that play Pyro as like their main deck, and they one-trick that deck. So having a dedicated set of Pyro skills for those types of players that do like that sort of thing would be really, really cool. Because Pyro do get some really, really cool support. That deck is always a strong rogue contender. Like, I think the worst you could ever really call it is like a tier 3 deck, but always. It's like always a tier 3 deck. It's always relevant. It always has ways to pop stuff. It has ways to gain attack. It has ways to gain advantage. It gets some really good fusion monsters. So Pyro does become just generally a really good deck. Like, again, it's never really like top tier. It's never like tearing up tournaments and stuff, but it's always good. I don't think we'll start seeing that come out though until we get to the fusions. That's when Pyro like really picks up. But even now, Noodles like is a playable deck, right? Like, I really hope they give us secret characters one day. Brave Max from Vrains, Sabu and Yosh for 7s. Yeah, that would be really good. And then bring us like the Luke, or the Luke Man. That was his name, which is a character from Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, which is like Luke wearing a mind control helmet from space. And he becomes the Luke Man, who is like Luke's childhood like OC. Well, let's go ahead and activate our Hammer Crush deal and see if we can't play the game this turn. Let's go aggressive. Let's see if we can't kill all of his dudes. I don't think we need to get Pakupakuchu out of our hand. So we'll swing with this first. Let's see what he's got. Okay, so one of these might be a high defense monster. Oh, we found it. That was the only order that didn't clear his board. That is a shame, but oh well. If we had cleared his entire board, I'd be feeling pretty good about that, but now, ugh. Let's see what our opponent has for us. Okay, got the Canaan. That does contest the Silver Wolf. Now it contests everything. We are in Disco Fever. Okay. Ow. Okay, losing just that is kind of fun. Where are my boss monsters at? I mean, I think we fire off Hammer Crush just to empty our hand at this point. Let's throw away Performer. We'll hit this. We'll then summon this out. Go to battle. We'll see if we can clear. Now, if you want to use a back row on a Gazelle, be my guest. I really hope Subaramen being an NPC doesn't mean he won't get released as a playable character. Noodles are really fun. It'd be a waste not to release him, yes. Hello, Mr. Tomato. Hello, Sakadetsu. Does he want to maintain his Kana on build? Okay, he's going to use that. Thank you for the follow grind. Seahorse server. Seahorse server, so we're just going to gain some life. Is he really just playing like pure Aqua? I mean, obviously his boss monsters now have to just be Keto. So this back row is still live. It could be anything. Yeah, it could literally be anything, right? Anything that can be responded to by an attack. Take the 1,000 there. Right, boss monsters? There's a boss monster. Okay. Well, we unfortunately can't really play around anything. So we're just going to summon, activate. Weaken that. Oh, that's a really horrid mill. We're going to try and keep our warrior out. That does play around a few things. Go to battle. Right, let's see if he has it. If he has the widespread, it'll be this one. Yeah, he had the widespread the entire time. I mean, again, there's nothing we can really do about that. We had nowhere to play around it with our cards that we have. So he has another card that he can react. So he's got the barrier. Again, if we could just find more than one boss monster, we are in such a good position. We have just not reached that stage yet. Oh, nice level 4 beatdown. So how do you like/hate the new ban list that we're coming? I think it's fine. I think Dark Resonance, Dragonic Resonance needs to go. Right, I don't really like that deck. I think we need a new free-to-play friendly deck to replace it. So that's why I'm hoping we get a Machine Light Structure deck coming up. I think that'd be the best place to kind of do that sort of thing. What's that? 1,000, 1,000, 1,200. And he's got more back row. How much back row can you find, bro? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back row already. That is weird. I guess it doesn't matter if you just attack both of these. Yeah, we'll just take that. Unfortunately, we just bricked a high heaven. I think that's probably going to do it, to be honest. Like, we're only 5 minutes off from our usual end time anyway. But we have been bricking up a storm in the last half an hour or so. I don't know what's happened. We literally went from a 25 win streak to struggling to maintain any wins at all, entirely off of bad luck. Like, it's not like we suddenly started playing bad. The deck just started spitting out all of our high-level monsters, or none of them. And that's just how it goes sometimes, I'm afraid. But still, deck's really good. I don't think we can... What is going on here? Wait, how long has the screen been like that? Nobody even said anything. Okay, we got it back to normal now. But yeah, that's probably going to do us. We are going to go and raid our good old friend, Icy. He's currently doing a KoG run with Amazement and Red Eyes. And he is such a great guy. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching today. I still think this deck is really good, so I highly recommend it. Again, this deck was the #1 placed deck during the Goha Rush Festival. We will be back on Tuesday for more Rush Duel action. So I hope to see many of you there on Tuesday as possible. Really fun to have a chat with you guys and just hang out as we just grind some Rush. So, we'll see you next time.
You a bad person to me.
Hey, Tomatosaurus with the raid. Huge shout out to Tomato. Hopefully your stream went well.
I'm so glad I stopped talking about that shit as he raided. Thank God.
Oh, I saw you were doing
That's off to you, Yuga.
I like your channel point reward redemption with the where they can change your man sleeves. That's a cool thing. We're popping your silk with this.
Just did a 1500 Phantom bind and a 7th row Magician. The question is, what did it go down to? Because if it was at 39 and then 15, it's still
Stream was good though. We went on an unofficial 25 game win streak and then it. Whoa.
Hats off to you,
25 game win streak is crazy.
He's cooking.
What is he open clearly? Hey out there guys.
Did he open cum shot?
Yeah.
Damn, that's
The question is,
fuck.
what did it go down to? Because if it was at 39...
Alright, well he doesn't have the silk with his straight out, at least yet.
I can't lie, Geist is so fucking annoying.
100% agree. And Red Eyes is cool. We're doing alright.
Like,
Guys might be a bit rough
disrespectfully,
matchup.
fuck Geist.
Well, I say that. I guess you could...
I mean, yeah, we confirmed yesterday that Geist is a stole deck, guys, so... Put
Yeah, no
chat
shit,
in
Sherlock.
front of
I could have fucking told you that.
it. Yo, I mean, there's people
You
who
cool-
are so
listen.
hard that it's not a stole deck.
Also, you call me a fucking stool player, yeah? Listen, I for one have never played a stool deck in my life. We have Jaden in this fucking chat. He mained Rocket and then Altergeist.
You play Rocket
And I'm the
Sword?
stool player.
What do you mean?
Listen. When have you ever seen me play Rocket?
Did you saw the tournament play Rocket?
I won a tourney playing Rocket. My only tourney win was with Rocket. Weather Painters is not stool, you bastard. Weather Painters is not stool.
Hey, what's up, Sakanetsu? We raided, let's go. Once again, appreciate the raid, Tomato. Amazing that you went on that win streak. Let's get another Tomato clip
Right.
one more time.
I apologize for swearing as well, chat. I don't know if it is supposed to be family friendly around here. My bad. Worse has been said though. I don't know if that's a good way to defend myself, but fuck it.
Should we drag it? That's not dragging.
What is? I don't even know what the. I'm just surrender this, honestly.
Pressure, which is the liquid skill.
Guys,
Amazement.
unfortunately, Resident does.
The
have these
fuck?
campaigns.
I need so many of my clips.
Normal summon monsters, please.
Hey, I mean, don't worry. Like all the clips, everyone's got like random clips. It's all good. Guys, fast jack. Oh no.
I don't know who told him that, but it wasn't me. I don't agree with his illegal viewpoints.
Alright, let's go back to some amazement, guys. Let's
Oh, wait,
amaze
shut
this
up.
boy.
Alright, this one's looking like a
W,
boss, boys.
this is the shit we want to see, Ice.
We just need to go first. That's like the thing. Like we're just gonna go first meta, right? What? Apparently,
I
Ancient
think you
Warriors are
should
going
just-
second, right? But
They are.
I feel like they like decent going first as well.
They're cool going for. I don't know, because obviously in fucking TCG, it's literally just a go second Angra Shankler sack deck.
Amazing.
That was Journey, wasn't it? Oh no. it
No.
wasn't.
Oh, we actually go
You-
first. Bet.
No, Jaden's not lying. He did mean. I will attest to that. He did mean D Hero more.
Alright.
Right, let's record this quick. Get this done. Let's get her done. Alright.